Hey everybody, it's a Toy Kind of Mood Wednesday evening as usual, episode 152. It's another damn G.I. Joe show. What can we say? It's the G.I. Joe Classified, the most anticipated for 2024 show. We got a full crew. Hopefully our dude Spec joins us when he gets off set. Hope he's having fun over there in Hollywood. But we got a special guest today waiting on him. But in the meantime, we'll introduce our usual crew. And we're loaded today. Bobby, what's up, man? You're here for a Joe show, dude.
I know it's been a few, and I have to congratulate you, Travis, on Michigan. Look, you did two things. You did two things, Travis. You won the national championship, and you retired Nick Saban.
Damn. Okay. Nice. I missed all the madness today. I heard that 100 mil might go to Harbaugh if he stays, but I don't know. I still think he's going to NFL. Maybe the Chargers.
Look, I think Vrabel's going to Chargers. I think if the Chargers are smart, they get Vrabel. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's say hi to a couple other people before we sports ball everybody out of the chat, right? So we got Romo in the house back again. You were here last time for the best classified figures of the year, and you returned for our most anticipated. What's up, dude?
What's up, brothers? Nice to see you guys tonight. It's gonna have fun. It's gonna be cool, man.
You know, while we're at it, I'll ask you, are you ready for some football? What's your game looking like this weekend? We were talking college. It's only fair to talk to the former big-time quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm ready, dude. I mean, I have my team. I have faith in them, but I'm so used to them doing one and done. You know, I'm knock on wood, but the Cowboys are used to one and done in the playoffs all the time, winning records. But if I'm playing, Dak took it from me. Dak attack.
No.
Who's saying who you playing this weekend?
Oh, this is we're playing the Pack. We got the Packers. We got Jordan Love.
That's a good game. That's a good game.
Yeah. Okay.
We got Jordan Love.
Is that why you're wearing a Cleveland Browns G.I. Joe shirt?
No,
it's like
Cincinnati. He's wearing a Cincinnati Bengals shirt.
No, it's like Bengals and Brown. Yeah. So, wait, KJ, what's up, dude? I don't know if you're going hard in with the Rams or the Chargers. I don't think they're even in, right?
No, man, I'm ripping Starfleet. So hopefully, they just do. No, shout out to Michigan Wolverines. Shout out to all student athletes who need to get paid. Those dudes need to get paid for what they do, for real. Yeah. Whether it's basketball, football, you name it. Like student athletes, they're ones risking life and limb out there, out in the field. They need a payday for real. So, and that's all I got to say about that, man. It's good rolling with y'all, for real.
That's what's up. I think our guest is in the house, but before we introduce him, we'll just say a hello to a couple peeps so we can get rolling here. We had some early peeps. It was crazy. We had like a chat going on for like a few days, but I don't see it here anymore. Always great to see the legendary Surveillance Sport, a hub of G.I. Joe news for several years. Eric, what's happening, man? Happy New Year, dude. Good to see you. Hope everything is well. Another legend, Mr. Popinski, what's up? A lot of peeps in the house. Yeah, let's go. I can't wait. Mr. Roper, hey, good to see you. And got a couple more peeps in here. That's right. We're live now, baby. Death Valley Machine, what's going on? Hey, you had a little cool Instagram interview with Lenny. Go check that out at Death Valley Machine. Hopefully I get that right on IG. Interviewed Lenny Pianzica. I'm sure we'll mention him a few times tonight. And Liquid Identity. What's happening? Hello, lots of hellos, lots of new peeps. Toy Emic. Oh, this guy, you got to go see Toy Emic displays. Just amazing, like the most massive. Just crazy setup. Another legend, Chaz
the guru.
Yep. Ryan Daly, what's going on, man? A regular over at the Full Force. Lots of knowledge always in the chats when it comes to Joe's. And Ray, you're here. I'm glad you're here, man. Our bodyguard in the chat room. So don't mess with Ray Paz.
Yeah, he is going at it.
Slick Alicious, man. Yes, go blue. We got a promotion coming next week with Slick Alicious. We'll be talking about that. Sports ball for life, baby. Forget Joe's. We're talking football tonight. No, I'm kidding. Don't leave. Chad Kinsler, what's
up,
up, man?
Chad
Always
Kinsler?
And you. A lot of people love you guys. Thank you.
Lot.
Get going now.
Weird.
What we got? Pure Soul 81. What's good? What's up, the Toy Gang? Wow, this is just growing and growing. If I say hi, we're not gonna talk Joes, but eventually I'll get to you guys.
Just one more. My dude Johnny's Figs, man. What's up?
Maybe you're saying hi to DJ.
Is that a new subscriber?
Yeah.
Bobby B, I see you down South 7. What's up? All you guys.
Bobby B.
I just wanted him to get comfortable in his current and get ready, and I think he's here. He's had a very busy week, last couple weeks on vacation, but we bring in TheArtistShArK. What's up, dude? What's going on?
Baby? Thank you so much for allowing me to join.
How you doing, bro? Hell yeah.
Thanks for joining us. How are you, man? You good?
I'm doing well. I'm actually not in my normal studio. I'm at family relative's house in Illinois, so I apologize if you don't see any figures in the background, but I do have my friend today, which is Mr. Mud over here.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So I thought he was here, Shark. I thought he was here with me.
Nice looking butt.
You're stealing my thunder already. I see how it is. Well, actually, hold on. I'm gonna one up you on that real quick.
Oh shit! I just got him today, Shark.
All right. So look. So I've been in Illinois for about almost about a month now. So I just bought this big bag and I have all these classified figures in there.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Shopping has done me pretty well over here.
That's how we do
it. I'll tell you that.
That's a shark hunt right there.
Yeah.
That's a shark hunt. I love it, man. Hey, before we even get into our most anticipated, I mean, I had to bring you on because when it comes to reporting news, we got our surveillance part, our full force, what's on Joe mind, but you do it as quickly and as efficiently as anybody in the game. And I'm always curious, like, what are you looking forward to? Because you're always hitting us off with what's coming out. So I figured it would be great. And when you gave me your list, and I'm not going to spoil it yet, I was like, all right, Joe. This guy knows his Joes. A lot of fun, deep cuts. I'm like as excited for this episode as almost any episode, just because of all those deep cuts we're gonna get into tonight. Really happy about that. Before I ask you though, I have to do this, man. I have to self-promote real quick because this does tie into a question I have for you. Now look. Not everybody wants to watch a 3-hour show. You're watching one probably right now. If you missed our best of, I did a quick little under 15-minute top 10. Go check that out. It's on the channel, but don't watch it now. Watch it later. But that brings me to you. That brings me to you, Shark. I got to ask you, for 2023, you might have them in hand, but what was your best G.I. Joe classified of the year?
I'm going to go with, okay, so I'm going to quickly explain this real quick so you guys kind of know how I do my collecting. So I don't necessarily jump too fast on figures right in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I sometimes play the waiting game. I sometimes play the patient game. And so sometimes I don't have figures as fast as many of you do. So, but it doesn't mean I don't get them. I just get them at a later time. So I would have to say, I think Hawk is probably one of my favorite ones right now.
Great pick.
Good man.
Yeah.
Great pick.
I mean,
almost everybody's list. Yeah, he's wonderful.
But
I'm still right now, make a blonde
haired version. 24 right now, but I still think this Mutton Junkyard is freaking phenomenal. It's probably one of the best I've seen. I give it like a 9 out of 10. There's so much diversity in that figure.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, awesome. Thanks for sharing. Well, go ahead.
Even realistically, the wave with Hawk, Shockwave, and Helix, and Buzzer Ripper, I think that's probably such a great wave to knock out at the end of the year. I mean, the His Tank, whatever. I mean, that's its own thing, which is fine. But
we'll talk vehicles to open the show, so that way it's not part of our picks. But go ahead.
Right. I mean, how do you explain, like, because there's so many great characters in different waves, right? So I can't really pinpoint. I mean, like, my favorite character is obviously Copperhead, but he was in a different wave, and then I love Hawk, but he was in this wave. So, I mean, I'll just say Hawk is the greatest one right now for me.
Jeez. Wow, it's a solid choice.
Attachment to it, yeah.
So solid choice. How long have you been into G.I. Joe? Like, what's your background on it? Because, hey, look, Bobby's gonna love you because a lot of times He's doing Marvel stuff. He's waiting on clearance for Joe's too. So he's like, yeah, but you're my boy, Blue, or So it's all good. I mean, just kind of give everyone a background on your GI Joe lore knowledge. When you gave me your list, I was like, he knows the stuff. So that's why I'm curious as well.
All right. So I'm pretty sure that I'm in my early 30s. So I was letting you guys know.
Yeah. Way younger than me.
Yeah. But the way I started collecting was this goes into the ArtistShArK name, right? So I was always an artist, and as a collector of action figures, I was always into aesthetics more than learning about the actual figure itself. So as a kid, my father would take me to like KB Toys and Toys R Us, and there was something about these miniature figures that I just really loved because he had all these weapons and stuff. So I didn't really know what I was collecting until I got older and realized, GI Joe is like pretty one of the coolest things ever. So I started just learning, and plus, yojo.com is probably one of the best things ever, best websites. So from there, I kind of maneuvered my love for GI Joe in the sense of I started collecting figures from the later era, and then I went back in time and started watching the animated series, and then the OG 13, and then of course like any other like comics and whatever. So I kind of went backwards with that. But even then, I guess you can say the style of my collecting was always into I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. So when I saw that GI Joe had ninjas in there, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah. So I mean, everything is just kind of like intertwined with all that stuff. But yeah,
no, everyone has a different road, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, was I collecting GI Joes from when I was a kid till the classified line? No, right? I host a damn podcast on it. It's okay. Yeah. I wasn't and that's what I love about you got different reviewers who they compare the OG. Some of them compare the modern era. Some of them never had them, and they're like, "Hey, I'm a Marvel Legends guy, and I'm collecting classified now because of this." That's all awesome, all welcome, and you joined in a little later, but you definitely have the knowledge for sure.
Yeah, and even with GI Joe, I went back in time and started buying all the old, vintage 3-inch figures just because I just wanted to kind of complete my collection. And right now, GI Joe is the only one where I'm actually doing both vintage and 6-inch scale. But other properties with Marvel, I kind of kept it very selective because I love my 90s Toy Biz figures. So I'm not going to dabble into Marvel Legends at that point, so.
Got you.
Yeah. Yep. So, I got to be very selective. So can't have everything.
Sure. That's dope. And actually, to open up the show, we got some shark news, baby. We got right here. We got a little bit of news that came in. And it's the 60th anniversary stuff, right? So we got the classified action Marine. The action pilot was found in the system. Do you want to talk about that real quick? And I'll get an opinion from the roundtable.
Wait, what was the question?
Oh, no, it was just kind of just reflecting on this drop that we got from, many sources, including yours. We got this cool stuff. Are you into the 60th? Because as someone who maybe is joining the line, maybe not, a lot of us were collecting the 60th figures, or the 1/6 scale. So do you love that they're modernizing them? Do you wish they were kind of more retro-ish? What's your take on these anniversary figures?
So I'm sadly a pretty big pass on these. Just because everyone kind of has their own taste in what they collect, right? So even if you look at my vintage line, they're not all complete in terms of every single figure in the GI Joe line. So I kind of pick and choose what I want. And with these being more of the militaristic side of things, I kind of say, how can I incorporate these dudes with Cobra Commander or any other random character? I'm just it doesn't really make too much sense to me. So but I think it's really cool in the sense of you can always have these guys being background troopers for any of their main characters and whatnot, if you so choose. But I mean, I just think it's really awesome because the timing of all this is very perfect, because with Classified being 3 or 4 years in now, out of nowhere, it's oh shoot, the 60th anniversary. So that gives us a lot of more figures to add into the collection. It's the timing is just perfect on their end because they know we're all going to buy them at some point. But that's not to say that I probably will never buy these, because right now I'm just saying I'm a pass. But if I ever see these in person, I'm gonna be a sucker and be like, well, these are cool.
Same here.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go to the guys real quick, and then we'll get into our most anticipated. Bobby, what are your thoughts on these? Do you kind of wish they had the old aesthetic, or are you cool with them kind of honoring the modern day military?
Look, here's the thing. I think G.I. Joe should have gone both. Kind of like how we get, like, a regular and a Tiger Force, or I think I would have liked an old aesthetic like this, like a true like 60, like here, and then for the more like modern collectors, do what they're doing, like with the realistic version. But I think they could have gone both. I think they could have given us both. I don't think it would have been that big of a difference.
Sure. All right, KJ.
I was just telling the homie Ray Pass in the chat, man. I love the military Joes. I love the crazy sci-fi spycraft Joes. So I'm like, just give me all of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I would say, I mean, it's just a really great time to be a Joe fan right now. It's like, yeah.
I mean, they're killing it right now. It's beyond, like, even if people have their own preferred taste in the classified line in terms of if they still miss that armored version, or if they like the cartoon or the retro versions from Walmart. But realistically, if you just look at everything as a whole, like, the Lenny and Emily are just killing it right now. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And Shark, you're not alone. There are people passing in the chat room on the 60th, and maybe waiting for sales, or they're just there's no affinity to them because they're troopers, or some people will use them as background troopers. I mean, I might. I think they're amazing, but I don't think they're going to be in front of Duke or Grunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So,
I mean, one thing I did learn about. Sorry, go ahead. I don't know.
No. I was saying, or maybe they'll just have their own shelf or own space, but I doubt that at that point.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Sharky.
Like, after making all these videos for, like, since Classified started, one of the things I did learn is, you have so many diverse style of collectors in terms of, you have those that just want, characters that came in the cartoon, and that's all they want to collect. And you have those that are there since the beginning, and they want, like, these 60th anniversary ones. And then you also have ones that are like, oh, this figure was in the comic that I used to read back in the day. So everyone's like, not everyone will be like a completionist in terms of Classified, but it's really cool that they're really giving us multiple options. Unless you're someone that really loves the Snake Eyes movie, then that's a different call.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to our next. I didn't even ask Tony. Tony, quick thought on these.
Yeah, skip me, you son of a... No, just kidding.
Hey, remember, you're the second special guest.
Special guest, Tony's Figs.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like the 260th, just like the 260ths that are coming out now. The diver and that other guy, man. The pilot looks cool, and that Marine looks good. The Marine looks like he's got a parachute on him. The pilot, I'll probably get him too. I might not open them right away, but I just want to have them because they're in the Classified style. Look at these two. The other two is going to be just as good, I think.
Yeah,
and
our friend Larry brings up a good point, because I was going to get one and they were $25, so I was like, all right, now I can, because they come with so many accessories.
When you told me
now
that,
I can mix and match at $25 a piece. And BBTS and EE, I just looked the other day, they're still honoring that price. So
yeah, that was a big thing of me getting them too. I'm like, oh, they're not. I thought they were going to be more expensive. I'm like, oh shit, of course. Yeah, I'll get these. I just want the dog tags anyway.
Thanks, Chaz.
Yeah, a lot of good news. Oh, hey, what's up, Vlad? Yeah, you just got to pick up what you like. There's a lot of stuff going on. Jay Toygo, what's up, man? 60th offerings, real unique. I'm gonna get them all. I like that Hasbro has given US classified us classified versions. Yeah, it's awesome. And Punk really wants Tony to be a full-time member of Punk with Toys, so he's gonna start that crap. All right, let's move on to the next subject, and that's our vehicles.
Woo!
Really quickly. Man, the Dragonfly, obviously we didn't because if we made a list and included some of these figures, I think Wild Bill would land on some lists, and as well as the Ripcord and some of the other ones. But I just kind of wanted to go over these. We kind of set a precedent that we weren't going to include vehicles or drivers or anything like that, just to make it a more unique list. But does anybody could just speak out. Anybody got these figures from the Dragonfly, would they have been on your list? And how excited? I'll start this. How excited, Shark, are you for the Dragonfly? I know you are able to get a hiss in a very unique, amazing way. What's your take on getting the Dragonfly?
So I did back the Dragonfly too, by the way.
Okay, cool.
So this is gonna be really weird, but I think the Steel Core 2-pack was what sold me to get the Dragonfly too. I wasn't like, man, the way the classified is working is that every time I see a figure, I'm always just like, oh, it's fine, I can wait or whatever. But as soon as I see like something that's an addition to it, and they use like another character part of a vehicle and this and that, then I'm just like, wow, like now I have to get these certain amount of figures. But overall, Wild Bill, I mean, he just looks incredible. Like, what can you say about that? I mean, personally, I'm not a Night Force collector, so I'm kind of okay with that. But this might be unpopular opinion, but I'm really excited for Glenda. Yeah.
No, not unpopular at all. Actually, one of our resident chat room friends is a big proponent for Glenda. I don't see him in the chat yet, but I'm sure he'll come out. But Bobby, you want to jump on this, and were the Dragonfly, any of these figures appealing to you? The figures themselves?
Oh yeah, like I mean, I backed the Dragonfly, and Glenda looks great. I mean, it's just a repainted Scarlet. That's fine. She looks great. The Wild Bill. If we had included drivers and or pilots in the list, Wild Bill would have definitely been in my top 5.
Would have made a few of our lists, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
He's real cool and unique. Even just the Colt 45s himself. A lot of new molding here. Obviously not necessarily the body, but different pieces and.
I do have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead, sure.
So this is obviously inspired by the vintage figure, but if they do a retro version with him wearing, or not retro, but like a version where it's like cartoon where he has like the orange vest and the blue outfit, like would you guys actually rebuy that figure again?
Oh yes.
Not me.
Okay.
I thought, Romo, you were more, so you're about the old school figures, but not the Sunbow. Look.
Not the Sunbow, no. I'm not if it's comic book, if it's the background is comic book, or the old school line, yeah. No, not Sunbow. I'm not getting his blue outfit with the orange shit.
Romo's all about the Deke, not the Sunbow. He likes the Deke.
Not the Sunbow. Not the Deke either. Hold on. Deke. No, I made these guys already.
Yeah, I got you. I mean,
and they look stellar.
That Night Force ripcord looks sick as hell though.
It does.
And he's gonna fit right in the 60th, right? So those 60th guys will go right in with him. You know what I mean? So especially, like we said, we're gonna make a pilot, which could be, it might not be a pilot like Wild Bill.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
A Halo too. Oh, there you go. We got you. Hold on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Great
stuff. And we're actually, if you guys are fans of custom G.I. Joe, wait till you see our presentation we got for the most anticipated. This could be a lot of cool customs. None from Romo though. No, I'm kidding. A lot from Romo. All right, what else?
Y'all caught me like Birdman when I was rubbing my hands.
So I think I forgot what it was. I forgot. One of our shows, we kind of asked someone at the end or whatever. We were like, "What's your Joe of the year?" or whatever. I think it was the one, Bobby, we did. The Hasbro, maybe the Hasbro show or the non-Hasbro or one of these shows, and I was just like, yeah, Clutch and Vamp, because he comes with the Vamp. If this counted, it would easily be my number one because it comes with the Vamp.
Give us the Vamp, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get KJ in there. Go ahead.
No, our guests, please, Shark.
Oh, I thought you had your finger up. So
I do, but I'm willing to wait after Shark.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Please don't.
I wanted the tires on that Vamp to steer. So I'll get the Vamp, but I'm going to have to figure out how to put a powertrain in there and how to make those wheels steer. I need them for the photos.
Do it, man. You can do it.
I'll figure it out. I'll holler at Gun Bunny to help me out, dude.
Oh, he knows how to do it. He's right there.
He knows how to do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they would actually re-release it and then actually have steering? Like,
hey, so they make a Stinger version that can steer.
It's got missiles.
Joe.
It has all the shit that the Vamp doesn't have. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was an
power steering.
Nice. Let's see. We got Tony AK says the SMS event, Dragonfly, and hopefully, So those are some things you're looking forward to. Yeah. So we're mostly talking figures, but we did talk a lot about vehicles on a couple shows ago. So let's see.
Just sorry to interrupt. I just want to say for all the 80 something people watching, if you're new, make sure you subscribe here, by the way, because it'll help the channel grow too.
Oh, really appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Now we got you in the middle because I didn't even know I could do that. But Punk likes to boss me around. And wait till he joins Romo and me in our room at Joe Fest. I'm gonna have this guy slaving for me the whole weekend because of the way he treats me in his chat room. So now I'm gonna get canceled for using that word. So all right, moving on. We got this, we got all the accessories, just another look at the amazing vamp and clutch. And then we have what's your take on this, Shark? The SMS.
Okay, so I obviously did not back the his tank. So for me, this was like, whatever, I guess I won't get it, so it's fine. But then a subscriber sent me the his tank, and I was like, oh man. Like now it's like it's gonna like my OCD will kick in and be like, now I have to get the fire team and I have to get this, and
I was just gonna say that.
But I think it's cool, but I really am more on the purple Techno Viper side, but I'm sure this will be just as good as well. And the reason why I say this is because as a kid, not to sidetrack too much, but as a kid I wasn't really much of a vehicle collector anyway, so like these attachments and vehicles and stuff, and because my father was always like, I'll just buy you the figures but not vehicles because they take up space and whatever, so my attachment to vehicles aren't as big as to the actual characters. So, but with classified, I'm sure things are changing now. So I'm like, what the hell?
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. He's on the phone. All right. So, and Punk, you might want to talk to your boy Payne. Just some business you'll have to attend to.
Some business you got to rectify.
Exactly. And we'll talk about the Techno Viper in a bit. This is more about just getting Shark's opinion. So obviously we got our Easter egg there on the right, and then it was a name only reveal, the Cobra Ferret. If we didn't have these rules, I'm sure the Cobra Ferret would be landing on some of these lists. So it's just fun to talk about it right away. How excited are you, Shark, for the Cobra Ferret? And what do you think is the driver with it? Because I think they've kind of hinted at it right there.
I mean, how do I even explain this? Just every time I see this, like whenever they release new figures, I'm always staring in the background, and every time I see like a new like army builder or something, I just like start sweating buckets, and I'm like, this is ruining the whole line for me. It's just one of those things where I won't know until I actually see an actual render, like official protos or whatever. But I don't know how to really explain it. It's just one of those things where I just have to wait and see.
Of course. Anybody else want to jump in on the Cobra Ferret or the SMS? We'll go with you, Romo.
So is that the Ferret driver back there? Ferret has its own driver?
I would think so. Yeah, and it does come with a Ferret driver. Yeah.
That's cool. I was just gonna put Storm Shadow and Firefly on it like the box. I'll take the fig though. It's all good.
That pose is gonna be hilarious though.
I know. Is he reaching around his waist? Guys, hold on to the back.
Yeah. I can't wait to reenact that classic pose. So yeah, here we go. The Ferret Scout based on the Valkyrie. There we go. Ryan. I told you about Ryan in the beginning. Ryan Daly. I said, look,
another Valkyrie
in that chat room. And there you go. And then let's see.
It's gonna be a Python Patrol Ferret watch.
All right, a lot of chicks and dudes and all this stuff. All right, let's move on to and then the Robo Skull.
Yeah,
so the Robo Skull is part of G.I. Joe lore. It's actually part of Action Force. What is it? That begins with a P.
Palatoy. The
Palatoy. British Joe's. Yeah, I had it there. It was like, so, but look, that's a Larry Hama modern day IDW cover there, and not modern day because it's Skybound, but the almost modern. But there we go. The Robo Skull on the left. We have I think KJ and I initially backed that. I didn't back it actually. I jumped on the backer kit. I was I didn't do the Kickstarter. What do you think, Shark, of this monstrosity? And does it appeal to you at all? The Robo Skull, is this something you're looking to add to your collection, or just your opinion on this thing?
All is fair in GI Joe.
Love it.
I mean, they got Transformers. Might as well have this.
Yeah. To be honest, I feel like GI Joe is that kind of brand where you can really just add different things to it, because you can just easily make up some random storyline and be like, Destro did his thing with Mindbender or whatever, and then just toss in some random storyline, throw in some random character, and call it a day.
Hell yeah.
But it looks good though. I mean, the detail looks nice. The color is awesome. It's very well detailed, that's for sure. I mean, you can't really go wrong with, especially with the 6-inch scale being like probably the top line scales to collect nowadays. You can never go wrong with having like these bigger vehicles in the in the classified line. So
yeah. Wasn't laughing at you, Shark, with this comment right here. My ferret's gonna have selfie series versions of Moody and Romo on it. Whose arms are going to be wrapped around?
I'm the driver.
We'll see what happens at Joe Fest. No kidding.
I always drive.
That Robo Skull looks fantastic. I'll have one coming through. Yeah, but you're right. Look, it's all about just adding. That's why we love Gridiron. That's why we love custom figures. That's why we love our Tiger Force, our Brightman Patrol, our different versions. 2 Techno Viper. It just we like to add. Some people want to keep it. A real American hero, whether like Romo likes real American hero toys. Some people want Sunbow, some people, but that's the beauty of G.I. Joe. There's not just one version. I mean, there's many versions of other toys, right? But in G.I. Joe, you can kind of incorporate them all at the same time. It's a wonderful thing. Hey, and Bobby back. So as far as the Robo Skull, man, I just can't wait. And I know they got some great figures as well. So those are definitely anticipated. But all right. Anybody here? Any last thoughts on vehicles before we move on to our list?
Big shout out to Corey Cantaloupe, who's joined Skeletron's crew. So a lot of great work that we saw earlier in classified series, we're also going to see from Skeletron in those figures as well. It's going to be great.
I'll toss in a question. For the vehicles that we already have so far, what would you say would be your top way to improve moving forward with whatever we have right now?
Wonderful question. I'll let the panel take that first. Go ahead, anybody.
Well, on IG, I had floated the question about getting vehicles with figures sold separately, because that could bring down the cost and get more people to buy vehicles. But it's really the figures that's driving classified series. People want the figures. So I think no matter what vehicle they do going on forward, whether it's Skyhawk, Cobra Fang, whether it's something like Havoc and Cross Country or Snowcat and Frostbite, if the figure's dope, that vehicle's going to sell. So they got to get the essence of the driver down pat for everything else to move.
Yeah. Sorry. When KJ posted that on IG, it did address something actually that I knew I wasn't the only one thinking this, but like I was talking about the Ram with the Tiger Force Duke. Like was it the Ram with Duke or?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to get a ton of those Rams, then you're gonna have an equal number of Dukes. Unless you kit bash, then you have to go through the process of selling them or just like keeping them around. I don't mind like one like a main vehicle coming with its main driver, but then either give us a vehicle with like a army builder. So if you want to army build with the vehicles, you can army build with the figures as well. Or like KJ said, give us just a plain vehicle, no driver, and just have it so that you can put it with, because when you, for instance, everyone was using the Bratz car for their, gangsters. You didn't have to buy a Brat along with it. You just got the car.
Right. Good point.
I do have a follow-up question, if that's okay with you.
Shoot, go ahead.
Hell no.
Whose phone is vibrating?
That's mine. Sorry.
Oh no! Oh, you.
It's Shark. It's okay. For the what's it like? Hey,
obviously, hey,
phone.
Sorry,
you're on the show. Shut up. Oh, damn it! I'm the director.
The
All right,
snitch
go ahead,
got
Shark.
would you rather have, so, you know, there's a bunch of rumors and whatever going on saying either vehicles will be retail or they'll be online only. What would you say is the best approach to selling vehicles? Because, you know, I made videos about this before in the sense that, you know, they pay for shelf space, right? So you can, because vehicles are huge, you're only limited to have about, I would assume, like 5 or maybe less than 10 on the shelf because of how much they would actually pay. And of course, for us as collectors, not to be weird about it, but like if we see all 10 of them there, I'm sure we'll just grab all 10 because vehicles are a huge part of G.I. Joe. But do you think it would be better to find them in store or just do like a thing where they put them up on Pulse or just like Entertainment Earth and stuff and just do like a massive pre-order kind of thing?
Here, I'll jump in there and say I think the Pulse, that way you can control the narrative, made to order, and then you do one of those things, BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Dork Side. Just kidding, had to say it. If anybody there, a willing partner is like gonna buy smaller units and want like an alternate version, obviously, like we talked about the Stinger 4x4 and all this stuff, like different versions of a vamp, different, I think we can't do Tiger and Python. I don't know, because I think that's still with Target. But I would say, like, yeah, do the Pulse thing, see how that goes, because I wouldn't look at how many people are waiting for Ross. Like, I'm one of them. We're all one of them, right? So we're all part of that. So imagine waiting for vehicles for Ross. Like that's not going to go well for anybody. So I think keep it to Pulse, and then if like a willing partner is like, yeah, I'll take, we'll do the Night Force version of this or the Dreadnought version of this or whatever, because it's a repaint, just like they did back in the day, right? They did that in the 80s, like with Sears and stuff. They did 2-packs, yeah.
So story time. 2015, mega hype for Star Wars Force Awakens, right? Movie made $2 billion, made half of that its opening weekend. I saw that shit 3 times opening weekend. They had the TIE Fighter, right? TIE Fighter, 6-inch scale, Black Series. That thing clear. One of the last toy hunts I did at Toys R Us, that TIE Fighter was like $40. I shit you not. It was clearing at Big Bad Toy Store back in the day. It was like you could get it super low. And since then, outside the Snowspeeder, you haven't seen Black Series vehicles like that. Not even the Starfighter, the N1 Starfighter from Mando. Even that was vintage collection, right? So if people, man, I think even the that Millennium Falcon that was a Target exclusive, it went from $400. If you knew where to look, you could get that as low as $100. So they're not. If that happens to Joe, that's it. They're not going to be able. G.I. Joe's not going to be able to take that hit the same way that Star Wars or whatever else. There's a reason you only see Marvel Legends motorcycles. Like that Engine of Vengeance, that killed any chance for a Punisher van or any other Marvel vehicle that we got, right? This sucker right here, that's gone, right? Mm-hmm. So if people don't want it, they let Hasbro know. Hasbro doesn't have to make Joe vehicles. They don't have to make Skyhawks. They don't have to make any of this shit, right? It's about what is the community going to support. And if they play that clearance game, if they send this shit to RossCon, that's it. Kills the line. Easy. Right, exactly. That's all there is to it.
Yep. Anybody else want to chime in on that? To answer Shark's question, Bobby?
The only reason I'm thinking that, because, and look, I don't know if it's because Joe fans are more hungry for it, because we've had Star Wars and Marvel for 20 years, Black Series, Marvel Legends. We've gotten a bunch of stuff. But G.I. Joe fans are, for lack of better verbiage here, rabid for this stuff. So I think G.I. Joe is the one brand that they could put in big box stores.
Yeah.
And it goes.
Yeah.
Granted, yes, we saw Tomac, Zaymot, Dusty, and Stalker go to Ross. Sure. Yeah, but that's because also, remember, Lenny said that there was distribution issues, so we got a bunch of them. And then they just kind of all right, we need to move on to the next one now. Now we're slowly getting back on the track with distribution. I think G.I. Joe fans are so gimme that those vehicles at $7,500 will go quickly. Because look at the HasLabs for G.I. Joe. they've gone. G.I. Joe knows they have something there. The Trouble Bubble sold out quick. Like they have stuff that sell that quick on HasLab. If you put that in Target or Walmart, okay, forget Walmart. If you put it in Target, it will go because we'll never see it at Walmart. It'll be like in the back, but Target, it will sell.
So you think what's been selling online for vehicles will sell in the store? So the thing is, people aren't waiting for Ross with stuff online. They're waiting for the stuff that hits Target and Walmart in person. They're waiting for Ross and Ollie's.
Then do limited. Do a small, like make to order. Like say, I don't know, say that do like 80% Hasbro Pulse, 20% Target. Like therefore it becomes I can't find it.
Well, then they're gonna point to the flight pod Python Patrol. That thing's I think it's great, but it's sitting everywhere. You know what I mean?
I've seen the Trouble Bubble once and then never again.
I've seen a ton of them at Target. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just every time I've gone to Target, there's a bunch.
A ton of scrap irons. They're just sitting there too.
Like, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I think for them to even go the next level, and those are $45 to go like to 75, 100. I just don't think they're, the stores are gonna, G.I. Joe's a hot brand, but there's still people are still waiting for clearance in the store. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anybody else want to Romo? Anything else?
I think Skyhawks will sell in a store. They'll be gone too. Skyhawks, Claws, the little ones like the ferret's going to be gone. So all that's going to be in the store. I would think it's not. The little to mid size vehicles, they'll be good in the store.
And maybe that's the better way to go. Yeah, mid level, $45, $50.
So they're going to be $45, $55.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I could see those being in the store, but I'm talking about like once you get high, like the Ram, right? That $100. That I don't see that in the store.
Those specialty stores. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. We got there's a couple comments earlier in the show I wanted to point out. Night Force Tunnel Rat. He he's your top 10 all favorite. He is shipping from Walmart and Pulse is processing the order. So wanted to point that out. Mr. Popinski, he talked to Tony, the painter from Joe, and he already finished Nemesis Enforcer, Immortal Render, and he says is a beast. Oh yeah. You talk about $100 figure. There you go. No, I'm kidding. That'd be good.
Keep it.
And the SMS and Vamp Dragon. I think I already put this up. But yeah, okay. All right, cool. Let's get to the brunt of our show. We're gonna start off with honorable mentions, and we got a lot of zany logos. Specs still on set. I'm sure I don't see him there. So
you call me zany.
We'll still mention his stuff, and the most zaniest of all is Tony Figs, of course. So, but this is our honorable mention for most anticipated G.I. Joe classified of 2024. We're gonna go round robin, so it's not gonna be one person talking about all that. We're gonna go back and forth. So,
what happened to my logo?
What? Oh, yours? Yeah, I don't know. I'm
totally kidding, man.
I tried to make it. I didn't make it well, but we're gonna start with you there, and you got a really nice deep cut with Venomous Maximus. I'm showing on the right, more modern Valor versus Venom. Look at that, and with a 2-pack with an interesting Duke, and then the figure on the left. Man, this was a hell of a choice for an honorable mention. This is a way to start with a literal bang, Shark. So talk to us about Venomous Maximus.
Yeah, so this character was, it has DNA of different animals and whatever from Dr. Mindbender's experiment and whatnot. But I think in classified line, this would probably be, people aren't like too familiar with him, but I think this figure would be pretty awesome if they give him like a nice cloth cape, some bulky body with it, and then I don't know whatever updates they want to do. But overall, in the story purpose of G.I. Joe, I think he was really just a force to reckon with, and you can really just have him be like this beast of a monster. Put him with like Road Pig, put him with I don't know, whatever big Nemesis, Immortal, or Enforcer, whatever you want to call him. So he goes, for me, he goes hand in hand with being like such a badass character that he can just like kick any Joe's like butts like anytime if they kind of go after him. Like in the fantasy world of G.I. Joe, you know, because this is not like that original military-esque style character. It's just like one of those far-fetched ideas that they made when the line was kind of going weird directions. But I still think it's probably one of my favorite characters, at least villain-wise.
And they've come full circle, Shark, right? So in the beginning, this might have been one of the things where like, we got to do it, you know? And then they were like, no, we got to do retro. We got to do modern military. And now I think at the point they could do anything. They could do monsters. They could do dinosaurs. They could do, and we talked about that on a previous show about how crazy would they go. This is kind of crazy, right? I mean, he's a little more pretty medieval looking,
that's
but
like the best thing about Classified now is because they have the freedom to like even give us brand new characters that we didn't even know we needed, or like completely
like a mole rat.
Yeah, like mole rat. Yeah, absolutely. So this is like it can really, depending on how good the character is, but I feel like they can really just give us these brand new characters that we never got in the vintage line anyway. So that's really going to help the line grow even further.
Yeah, I like this comment. No crazier than Serpentor and less annoying. So fun one. Anybody having an affinity for Venomous Maximus before we move on to the next picks?
And not to mention he shares DNA with what was it, Hawk, I think. So
that's nasty.
That is pretty nasty. KJ, what do you think about you're pretty deep in the lore, man. I don't know anything about this. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't around for Valor versus Venom, but go ahead.
Me neither.
No, the Valor versus Venom stuff was like cool because it really kept the brand afloat kind of during dark days. So yeah, once again, like Shark said, it's a fun, beefy figure. And they do this 6-inch scale. That's pretty cool. And that Cobra Cape soft goods, that's nice. Right. And there's a lot of crazy lesser known characters. Like, you know, think about the IDW run, Crake. Like I want to see Crake, you know, just stuff like that, right? But yeah, this looks like a lot of fun.
Yep. No, I loved it. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a fun show. All right, so next pick up on the menu, we've got it's a pick from a lot of us. We're sticking with stuff that's we know for sure is coming out because we pre-ordered it. Spec had the Techno Viper at number 3. So we immediately, so here's one thing we're gonna do. Actually, just I forgot to preface this is if it's our number 1 choice, we're not gonna spoil it till the end. But if it was like 2 through 5 honorable mention, we'll talk about it as we go. So back, Techno Viper was definitely an honorable mention for myself, and I think because of the banner, you don't see Bobby. There you go. So Bobby, Tony, Moody, we all got it. I'm gonna go with you, Bobby. Techno Viper, talk to us. Why was this an honorable mention for you? And you pre-ordered this, I'm sure.
I did. I pre-ordered it. Look, it was in my top 5, and then I looked at what else was coming. Like, oh crap. But look at it. It's just cool. It's just a cool looking figure, and right. And you put it next to like the Range Viper. It's like this shit is crazy and wild. But it's Joe, and it's gonna look awesome. It's just cool, and like the face is cool. It has like a Star Wars-esque feel to it, and like it's just how is this not like anyone's like if there's a top 10, easy top 10, yeah.
It just about made all of our tops. But Romo, this was one of your honorable mentions. Talk to us about the purple guy.
Yeah, dude, he looks crazy. I love how they classified him up. All his tools, all the stuff he needs, you know, all the rest he needs is just speakers for that techno music. You know, bust it while he's working on the hiss or something. That little hologram on his wrist is sick. You know, it gives me all those vibes, like the Halo vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, but that thing is cool, man. I'm already looking at him. I could tear him down and make different customs with him, but he's definitely, you know, he's awesome, dude. He like I said before, that mask, it reminds me of the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica, dude.
Yes,
some vibes there. So awesome. no, but he's a dope ass character, man, big time.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think exactly what McMurphy said. He's just going to pop on the shelf. We got a lot of blue and red on our shelf right now, and a lot of black. I think the Techno Viper is going to be like, all right, who's this guy? And then, I mean, I love what they did with the whole, digital hologram and everything like that. So, Bally's getting ready for EDC.
He's ready to go clubbing with this guy.
Yeah, he's going to take this to EDC with him in Vegas, but yeah. And then guys, if you're asking about figures, we'll save your comments for when they either pull up or at the end we have like a who did we forget section. So don't worry if I'm starting a lot of comments. So we'll talk about that. All right, moving on to our next one. Techno Viper is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. But moving on, we got another pick that was picked by 3 of us, and I'll tell you what, I almost pulled I'm the host, damn it. I'm going to put it on my list, but I have too many. I already got a tie in my top 5. I'm not gonna lie, so I don't want to have another honorable mention. But this would have been my other one. Spec had it as an honorable mention, and Romo, you did as well. I'll pull to you in a sec. But KJ, your turn, man. Naga Hide, and I believe is it Clyde?
Yes, sir.
I think that's what it's saying. Clyde, yeah. Knox for life, man. Shout out to the homie Dreadnought Ryan. I know he would love this figure as well. But Lenny and the crew, they're gonna go nuts with Naga Hide. And that boar, I'm just looking forward to so many great Timon and Pumbaa photos and displays we'll be able to see. It's going to be great.
There's going to be a lot of articulation on that one.
All right.
Momo, go ahead.
Oh, man. I like you said, I need more knocks, man. Just give me all the dreadnoughts. I'll get more motorcycles for him. But yeah, this dude, I never had this guy growing up. I think I was out of Joe's at the time, but I'm not sure he's one of the newer dreadnoughts. But yeah, he's crazy awesome. That custom is sick. Give me ideas. But Naga Hide, we need him.
I'm sorry, just want to jump in. It's the one custom I forgot to credit. If any of you guys in the chat or any of the panel know who made this, I'm so sorry. I have all the credits for all the customs. Yeah, I know I messed up, but someone Google this picture and
I don't know who that is, but they did a great job using Craven the Hunter. Yeah, I see the Craven the Hunter buck right there and a bunch of accessories on it. But yeah, man, give me more dreadnoughts and I'll be happy.
Yeah, you have that Batmobile from McFarlane. You can use that. You can go on safari.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Thoughts on, before you move on, thoughts on Techno Viper and Naga Hide Shark? Either one?
Just by the boar itself, I can already say that any animal that comes with any classified character, I think they're all doing a fantastic job. Like the detail on Fiona is great. Who is it? Freedom looks awesome. Polly is a bit skeptical because it's just too small, but I feel like maybe we could have gotten some articulated wings or something for that small scale, but it's still fine.
Yeah.
I don't know who else I'm missing, but a very intense colored boar would be like a wild card, but still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And for Techno Viper, I mean, going like in terms of its color scheme, you can't go wrong with having like all the Cobra infantry troopers and whatnot on their blues, and then you get the reds from the HISS tanks, and then you have these purple dudes come out of nowhere, which really just again would make the whole shelf just be out of control. Because a lot of the Vipers that we have in GI Joe, they're all like multicolored characters, so we're basically just scratching the surface of the Viper family.
Yep, and I know we're going to talk a lot more about the Viper family a little later on. So we got those two. Up next is Muskrat, I believe. Yeah, this is your choice. Keep going, Shark.
Yeah, so Muskrat is just one of those characters that I just stumbled upon as a kid, and I immediately loved it. It became in my top 10 favorite Joe characters. Just the fact that, the hat is like, what can I say, man? He just looks dope.
Yeah.
He's not going to be anyone's like top favorite or anything, but he's just one of those characters where you just stumble upon him like in some random jungle, and you're like, wow, like okay. Not really a personal choice, but it's just one of those things where it's like, as a kid, I had a personal attachment to it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense for sure. I believe that's though, I could be completely wrong because I'm seeing butterfly joints, but that I thought that was the 118 version on the left, but it looks like a Duke almost classified. I guess I messed up and didn't know what that was. But on the right, that is Anthony Romo's custom muskrat. So
Nice.
you made the custom. You want to talk about muskrat?
Yeah, man. I just I never had him as a kid either. And with all my Marvel Legends fodder, I'm like, whoa, I was just looking for, new guys to make who Hasbro hasn't made yet. That's what I usually do. And you cut up that gung ho vest and shut it, and some MCU cable legs, and a Captain America head from Marvel Legends, and you got him some gridiron weapons, and you're golden, man. So he came out pretty decent. I liked him. I basically saw the card you have there in the middle. I said, dude, I can make that easy. But yeah, he's cool, dude. Another guy for fighting in the swamp against you know who.
Yeah, I like the shade of green you used.
Thanks, brother.
Really
I think
good.
the one on the left is that's like a Valaverse figure.
Okay.
It's like Condor
you
and
mean
some
the
other people.
I see the figure, but the face, that's Duke, right? The first classified Duke.
The face on the left is
No,
Condor.
the face is Condor. You can tell because he looks constipated.
It's who? Condor. Yeah. Okay.
And you can
So
correct
yeah,
me if
that
I'm
was
wrong,
another.
but
I like his.
that was,
I'm jealous. I like his boonie hat better than mine.
yeah, that was another custom. I guess I think in the beginning I was like not crediting, and I was like, oh, I should. So I mean, obviously, I know.
Another good
I
reason
know,
why
just-
I chose this character is because I could be wrong, but based off of memory, there's also a Night Force version of him too. So
Yes.
it's classified as trying to go into the dive heavily into Night Force right now, and if they add that version, then we know this one's coming out soon at some point.
That'd be dope
Great.
too. I like it.
Yeah,
The pre-paints are a good way to get the retailers to pay for the tooling. So if they're Night Force, if they're already part of a sub team, we'll see them, and then you can go ahead and use them again. Yeah.
Cool. All right, moving on to our next choice, and it's Big Boa. So it's another figure that we actually pre-ordered. I got, I believe, spec. We're ruining his top 5 here because he's still on set. So, but this is we got specs number 4. So this was in his top 5. And then yeah, I just love this as a kid. Bobby, go ahead, and then I'll talk about it for a bit.
It's such a weird figure. I mean, with like the the leather straps and the helmet, it's just like, and the cod piece. It's
all day, baby.
I know, all day, but it's such a good, cool figure. And once you got the UFC style boxing gloves, you've got the barbells, and the barbells. The dumbbells are just such a great addition. Just a great out of the box.
Detail, right? The 90. They're clearly 90 pounds, and that's a small picture we got there. Yeah, those are the details outstanding.
Look, it looks, he looks like he could be on both Venice Beach, Castro and San Fran, or or killing people. Like, you don't know where he's going to be at. You don't know what he's going to be doing. And it's fantastic. And it runs the gamut, and it's great.
Yeah, I will ask you this, because maybe there's 2 ways I look at this. The punching bag not having it prevents him from being in that top 5 for me, but then also it would be a deluxe figure. So it's kind of one of those things where, and I do like the addition of the weights. So Bobby, I mean, what's your feeling on the punching bag? Like, obviously they're trying to be price conscientious with us too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we could give them all this stuff, but we've reached a limit, and then if we go over, we have to call it get in that snow job kind of area of the price.
But here's the thing: the snow job was 100% worth that $35-$40 price point. If they put a punching bag in there with a punching bag stand, then yes, that bumps up to what is it? Not exclusive. It's what are they considered? Deluxe.
Deluxe?
Yes, it is a deluxe figure. But for that extra little $5-10 more, I would have paid for a punching bag and a punching bag stand.
Yeah. And Genghis, you bring up a good point because we're gonna get that punching bag from somebody, and you've already let us know.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Give me a punching bag and a speed bag, and
that's the beauty of this community. Is we got. I mean, every toy community has customs and third party, but especially this community, you're gonna get what you need, even if it doesn't come from Hasbro, right? So just definitely one of my favorites as a kid. I liked a lot of the zany characters. I didn't go too deep into zany in the later 90s, but when it came to like 1990, 91, I definitely was like, who's the coolest looking one on the shelf? And with that mask and those gloves as a kid, he stood out. The red and blues pop. Obviously, I love that the box itself is black with the art, and then the character with the red. It just, the whole presentation really pops. Thank God we got the windows. Just my opinion. I know some other people liked the packaging we had earlier, which I did, but I think they're nailing that. Actually, that's a good question for Shark. What's your opinion on the packaging? Is what we're getting now compared to what we got before? Are you thrilled? Were you okay with it? Like, what's your opinion on the new window, the return of the window?
I mean, so.
Bobby doesn't like the return of the window. Hold on.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay. All right. But go ahead, Shark.
Oh.
I should sell it, Wanda. Don't forget to pray.
Sorry, give me 1 second. So the thing about windowed packaging, right? It's very nostalgic for me. Again, going back to KB Toys and Toys R Us, there was that certain love that I had when you go to the store, you see the actual figure in the packaging, and you know exactly what you're getting, you know what it looks like, and you can kind of imagine yourself having it in your collection or whatnot. I did love the latest packaging art in terms of what do you call it? Like that new artwork with the whatever, like the latest one we basically just had.
Dioramas and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So that stuff was actually really, really cool. I was really digging that over the different artist interpretations that we had for like the waves prior, because that wasn't, it just made the whole classifying boxing collecting look really weird. You know, it was like very out of sync and whatnot because there was a lot of different colors and stuff. But the aesthetic of them having like the renders and stuff, that was really, really cool. But I have no issue with the packaging coming back. But you know, they made it, and this is not to be harsh nitpick, but you know, they really emphasized on bringing or getting rid of the plastic because they want to save the environment, and then suddenly it's back, and you're just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's well, at the end of the day, they got to still make those profits.
Yeah.
You know, for their shareholders and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, so I have no issue with it. I think it's fine both ways, but like, it was just when I got my Mutton Junkyard at Target, it was just cool to see the figure actually there.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
is it going to be a basic John Cena figure,
yeah,
or
like a Red Power figure, right? Like I had like usually with the other classified figures, I was always looking at the tape to see if someone tampered with it or if it was already open from the bottom and the sides, and I was just like being paranoid every time, right? Like it was always a gamble buying in store. But this time I just saw Mutton Junkyard, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the figure, so I didn't have to, you know. But yeah, I'm fine with it.
Cool. All right, let's get back to our picks, and I think we've got this was a big one for KJ and an honorable mention, number 5 for Romo. And it's Leatherneck. KJ, go ahead.
I mean, Super 5. This Leatherneck, it's going to be a classic figure. Like, basically, some of my earliest memories of watching Joe feature Leatherneck on the show. It's everyone's going to want this. Like, this is going to be one of those, hey, send me a link for Leatherneck because it's sold out. Like, that's what this is going to be, basically. And it would have been in my top 5. It's just I just have so many figures I had to pick and choose. That was a brutal top 5, dude. Like, it really was. No, it's going to be great. Like the dios, the mustache, you know, they're going to get this one right. Oh, I remember Wave 1, a lot of people had problems with Gung Ho, and I think they took those lessons to heart, and I think they're going to really make sure that they get Leatherneck correct.
Yep. Romo.
Oh, hell yeah. Did I have him as 5 or an honorable mention?
You did. You had him at number 5. Yeah.
Number 5, yes. Freaking, I need that Marine, man. We need another Jarhead than Gung Ho in there. And he's the man. He was real fun to make. And I had him as a kid. He's awesome. You know, I mean, he's modeled after Ron Rudat himself. the face sculpt, and he's just a badass jarhead, dude. So I need him. So they're gonna. I don't know if he was mentioned, wasn't he? Was he announced at all? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Just
he's a
as a
name
pipeline.
Name only.
Name
That's right.
only pipeline, and then that's your custom on the left, and then on the right is Warren McCarty. And hold on, I actually looked at just so I don't forget. I looked at my notes wrong. I looked at them wrong, and I did credit the artist here. It was Sean Bailey. Anybody know Sean?
Yeah,
Bailey?
Sean Bailey. Yeah, that's
all right. There you go,
Nice.
KJ. Sean Bailey. Okay, he did the custom for Naugahyde. I don't know what that Kit Bash muskrat thing was. I don't have that down. But as far as this was Sean Bailey. KJ, talk about Sean Bailey real quick. Do you know who that is?
If you're on G.I. Joe Classified Elite, Murata Rubin's group on Facebook, you're going to see a lot of his work all the time. Okay. Always does fantastic stuff. Great photos, great dios, great customs.
Yeah. I apologize. It was on the. What happened was it was on the next page. So anyway, but we'll get back to Leatherneck, and then Warren McCarty and Romo. But Romo, continue on Leatherneck, and we'll close that.
Yeah, I need that. He's the one that came out my favorite weapon for the Joes, the M16, M203, and it just looks awesome there. I love the 3 3/4 inch. So yeah, we're past due for Leatherneck, bro.
Yeah, and Lenny's excited to make these are kind of his characters he has the most fun with, when it comes to like Mutt and Ripper and Bazooka and stuff like that. He kind of likes these grizzled. He said this guy would be more grizzled and everything, so it's up his wheelhouse. You a fan of Leatherneck at all, Shark?
Surprisingly, he's just one of those characters that it's not really one of my thing, but I'll still buy him just because like he's fine, but it's not like a really want for me, but I'll still get it.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah. He's probably, I'm looking at him, he's like, if you're really into military, right, then he's like up your wheelhouse. But if not, he's kind of like a gung-ho in your collection where it's like, he obviously Marine, sharing the Marine thing, but just like a big, rugged military dude, strong arm, serves a purpose, but probably doesn't have the crazy tech and the purple colors and all that stuff.
And the thing that makes me excited about Classified is just, Lenny's his passion for giving these characters like a certain signature trademark or like a story, like a backstory to it. Like, right now this is like this figure, looks awesome in the custom, but Lenny's always going to add some kind of scar, some interesting
good point.
Like update to him, like give us like a battle damage story or something, which I always look forward to those kinds of things, like how Scrap Iron had that bubblegum explosion on his right side of his head or something. So
absolutely. And man, I don't know, I think we just got our biggest one ever. Wow.
Solo Center, thank you so much.
So wow, it's I thought Christmas was a couple weeks ago, but thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Awesome Solo Center.
No, thanks. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I think we're having a great time. Shark's an amazing guest, and we just got started, so we're an hour in, but we got a while to go. Thank you so much again. Many blessings to you. All right, next pick up is all right. Shark, we're sticking with you. I think I got the logo better this time because it's a black. Better make it pop.
I should have mentioned that I should have used the other version of Psych Out because this wasn't.
Yeah.
Too late now, Shark.
That's the more OG version, right?
Yeah, so I was actually referring to the blue Psych Out from the Deke series, but it's fine.
Yeah, you're a youngster.
I'm sure KJ can pull it up on a shared screen or something. Somebody can a shared screen.
No worries, I can still talk about this one. It's fine.
But yeah, we'll talk about this guy if we don't get another look. But yeah, go ahead.
For anyone that owns this one or even the blue one, like just the amount of accessories that this figure comes with is just ridiculous because he has like that giant satellites and that sonar gun and whatever. It just makes it absolutely. I don't know if it'll be like a deluxe or anything, but in terms of tech characters, anything like gadgets and stuff, I think the Classified line would really look awesome in utilizing these things because they would put a lot of detail in the backpacks and stuff, and I don't know. I think it'd be great.
Mm-hmm. No, I love your choices because he went real deep. Some people have never heard of Psych Out before. Hey, oh, do we have any Psych Out fans in the group or what?
Uh, um, like even if you look at the blue one, whenever you guys get the chance, like the blue one just has like a really cool like Cyclops type style visor. He has like the antenna on the side of his head and everything. It's just I don't know, it's awesome. And he has like
totally gonna be a
blue color too. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll take a look at that in a second. It's definitely a polarizing. Well, what was that, Shark? Sorry.
I was like, my apologies. I should have been a little more clear which one I wanted.
Oh no, you're good. I'm used to vagueness from this crew all the time. No, I'm just kidding. I love these guys. So look, Psych Out, he's a very polarizing character. Some people are not going to like this at all, but the beauty of it is, I think the current Hasbro team can get away with releasing this guy. You know what I mean? Like where I think like a year ago they had to steer clear.
They better do him good, man. They better do him good.
Yeah, there's some people like him though.
Do him like Giles Gifford, Yojo ARAH. They did a badass custom right there.
Big shout out to Giles Gifford.
That is obviously Giles. We're using a lot of Giles here, a lot of Roma, a lot of our friends custom. So we want a big shout out to that. And while we're on it, we got a Terradrome coming up a couple weeks from now. Hopefully, schedules work out. Maybe on a Wednesday we'll have the return of Terradrome. We had a return not too long ago with Gridiron, but we're gonna have another one, and it's custom focused. In Romo, we're going to talk about our best customs of the year, right? So for 2023. So I was like, what way to bridge this episode and that? Just use a bunch of customs of these guys. So hope you guys are enjoying that. But do we have the blue one yet or no? Is that okay? I guess I'll have to look that up.
Oh wait,
but,
no, hold on, I got you.
All right, okay. All right, yeah, we got to get a look at the blue Psych Out. But Romo, did you? I know you're not too into the crazy characters, but was this someone you knew anything about before?
Yeah, he's not on my radar to pick him up or anything. It depends on if they do him and if they do him well. But no, I remember him in the comic big time. Him and Chuckles were like inducted together, or they were like on something together when they were like they went to the pit and they saw all these dudes like all grimy, all these characters in the pit. Like, where did these guys come from? They didn't even know the pit was where it was. It was all straight from the comic. So it was Psych Out and Chuckles like tripping out, and that's what I remember from this guy. But yeah, man, he looks only Giles can make him look good. Look at
that. I know. It's like I want Giles custom. Forget that.
The Marvel Legends figure. Yeah.
But
the thing about classified figures as a whole is that there's going to be collectors who immediately they'll just say pass or I don't want it or whatever, but classified has their way of suckering us into getting a figure, even if we don't like it or don't want it.
Exactly. Yep.
So, right now we can say like, yeah, Psych Out's whatever, like pass. But if we see it in store and we realize what they offer with it, it can be like a hit,
Yeah.
We just never know.
I'll get it. It looks zany. It looks crazy.
I'll get it and put it out.
Waiting for Bobby to say that. I think we got the blue side. I'm interested in this thing now. The hype is really all. We need that blue one.
So let's take a look at it.
The blue one. I'll make that one. He's easy.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Shark. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you see the accessories that come with it, that kind of is the main selling point.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
There you go.
Holy crap. Comes with a whole little play set.
It was a real walkie-talkie.
So imagine that thing on the right, this whatever you want to call it. Like, just imagine they colored it very well, and it's like every button has like a certain something, and the top pieces are rotating, and like the visor piece on his right eye is kind of like Major Blood's, and it kind of pops out a bit more.
Yeah.
The holster or not the holster, like the strap and whatnot on his right knee or leg. Like there's so much stuff you can do with this guy. It's just insane.
Yeah. You guys want to see the Night Force?
Yeah. We're all psyched out now.
I love the black and green, bro. Yes, sir. Oh, it's great weapon. Nice.
Night Force one looks pretty cool, man.
Yeah. That's dope. Okay, now we're talking Psych Out.
That's like the modern one. Yeah.
Yeah. If my deceptive warfare don't work on you, I've got the M4 M203 for you.
I'm gonna play nice at first and try and disorient you, and then moving your brains.
I'm gonna try to hit you with the psychedelics first, and if not,
but listen, the OG one is not to be, scoffed at either, because you do it right, the dude can still get nasty. Get nasty.
Trifled with. Remind me of Lobot with hair.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. If you guys are joining us late, I think Baldy had a great comment. If you guys are watching, enjoying what we're talking about tonight, please like the show and all that. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. So we thank Shark for being on the show, hanging out, having a good time. Happy New Year to everybody. We're doing our most anticipated Joes of 2024. We've already got some real deep cuts, some real crazy picks. So, but here's one that's been around for quite a while now. So we're getting back to normal. And I'll go right to you, Bobby. I think you had this one. Actually, no, we can't go to Bobby yet. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Bobby.
Oh, no, we can. No, good. We can. Bobby, you had a number. I was worried. I was worried I spoiled your top pick, but I did not.
Yep.
It's your number 2. You had it very high on your most anticipated list. And Tony's Figs had the wonderful, beautiful retro carded Scarlet at number 4. Guys, take it away,
Bobby.
I mean, look, this is when you think of G.I. Joe, when you think of the cartoon or the comic book, you think of Duke, you think of Snake Eyes, and you think of this Scarlet.
Agreed.
Those are the 3 that pop like in your head automatically. And this Scarlet looks fantastic. And yeah, I did pre-order her. She looks great. The face and the hair color looks a lot better. And look, the first wave of G.I. Joe classified that we got, yeah, we all like the Scarlet doesn't look that good, blah blah blah. I get it. She didn't. She's okay looking. But this the first wave Scarlet looks like Scarlet's little sister.
Yeah.
She's Skipper, okay? She's Skipper.
Multicolored self.
Exactly. Like she's like learning. She's like trying to dye her hair red. Like
she's like a little girl. She's like a 13-year-old face.
Yeah, she looks like she's 18. Like just joined. She just joined. This is Scarlet that's like, I will shank you in the back, remove your spleen while I'm talking to you, and then laugh while you bleed out. Like this is the Scarlet that we all want. And then get with Snake Eyes afterwards. This is fantastic. We get the 2 different, they're giving us the 2 different hair, the ponytails, like everything that comes along with her, the gun, the crossbow. It's just, this is the Scarlet we should have had from the beginning. And I'm not mad that it took 3 years for us to get her, but
absolutely,
it's yeah.
Yep, great assessment, Romo. You had him. Hey, you had her at number 4. So go ahead.
I wouldn't have had to make a custom out of the first release if this one came out, but I'm not mad at it. I mean, I had a placeholder. As soon as this one come out, I'm replacing her. This one's a freaking 9 out of 10 for me for Scarlet. Yeah. That's awesome. She can come with her. She wore her jazzercise outfit in the comic and cartoon. I'm not mad at it. It's very classic. It's awesome. Down to the pouches on the high part of her boots, to the little pistol inside her left arm glove. It's got the stars on one side, a pistol on the other, underneath. And the quiver on her, they make that work. It's attached to her belt and the thigh strap. That's dope. And I don't care. The color of the M16, that's different. It's cool. It's fine. MLR is great, but the crossbow itself and the bolts, don't lose those to the carpet monster, man. don't lose them shits, because you will. And her face sculpt looks great. The 2 ponytails, one down and one waving, and you need to take them both off and have the original look for her. She's they knocked it out of the park with this one, pardon the cliche, but even the little red rifle buttstock padding on her shoulder. It's there. It's the grenades there. She's 100% right there, man.
Yep. Awesome assessments from both of you. Before you go ahead, Bobby.
No, real quick, and some of the comments have talked about this. I like the fact that they actually gave her like Chun-Li legs, like legs that will like she can stand on her own. Like that's the one problem I've always had with a lot of the female Joes is that they can't really stand. Like Lady J.
In the Marvel Legends, yeah, too. Yeah.
But my Jean Grey.
Freaking Chaz, dude. Freaking Chaz.
Wow, Chaz. Damn. I'm going to tell Snake Eyes.
Let's be real here. Yep. She's the one who runs the trains. Let's be real. But like she can
they're gonna make her another.
What's up, Shark?
Do you think they're gonna make another Lady J where she has the darker green pants?
I think I want to be optimistic and say yes, but the fact that she peg warmed so badly, and we saw her at Ollie's and Ross.
That's a good. That's
the
a
retro
great
one. The retro one, peg warming. Yeah.
Right, but that's what this is, a retro. So that's a good point. You know. Yeah. No, good point. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're good with Scarlet. Let's move on to the next one, and it's Doc. I know someone wants to talk about Doc. We'll talk to him about that later. But I'll just save a lot of the Doc talk for later. Spec had that as an honorable mention along with Scarlet. But yeah, how can you go wrong? We need this guy. He's just essential. He's an icon. You know, to not already have Doc. I'm going to predict that in the next, I believe G.I. Joe Day is February 1st or something like that. So I believe he'll be announced. Like he was announced, but I meant pre-order. I think we're gonna get or at least a digital render or something. But I think it'll be a deluxe. You know, I don't know if that's been announced or leaked. Maybe you would know, Shark, but similar to Snow Job, where it comes with, you know, obviously comes with a lot of accessories that you see there. So, but we got Doc to talk about later. That's for sure. So. Moving on, Shark, you got a crazy one right here. You kind of picked 7 at once. So take us to Battle Force.
This one is probably my most wildest dream to come true. You know, I've seen Marvel Legends do their 5-packs and whatever, and I feel like at some point Classified can and should do like multiple packs of figures in one. You know, we've seen the 3-packs and whatnot, but the thing about the Battle Force 2000 is they're all just so futuristic to the point where you can have such an awesome, like, separate group of dudes that are just so like fantasy-esque. You know, not everyone will like them, not everyone will want it because they're just so out there. But for me, it's just one of those things where Dodger and Blaster, or even Blocker, they're just. The designs of them are just so fantastic. The amount of removable accessories you can have for them, you know, if it's in 6-inch scale, like removable visors, hats, pouches, vests, all that good stuff. I mean, and they're all like multicolored, like vibrant looking characters, right? So why not?
I know someone's making customs of them right now. And it ain't me. Where's Johnny at in the chat?
Yo, Spec.
What's up, guys?
What up, Spexter?
Missed a couple of your picks there, Spec. But all right, who else wants to talk Battle Force 2000?
Well, look,
I won't take it personally if no one likes it. I'm just saying they just look, for me, they're just freaking awesome.
I was thinking about making all the customs, but my buddy Johnny's making them. I'm like, oh, right now I don't have to. There he is. There he is. He's making them. I think he's already got Dodger done. He looks freaking awesome.
I mean, you can't go wrong because if G.I. Joe itself is, you know, they're expanding to so many different sublines. Imagine they just do like something where it's like space oriented. Because why not have some Joes up there?
Bring it, classify them up, bring them in. They sell out.
Like just imagine the promotional shots that they can do where they're, you know, just any cool like photography that the classified team does for any of their pre-orders. Like I think all these guys would just look cool in some futuristic setting, because why not?
Well, the crazy part is the origins of classified. This group would have fit right in, and I think now we've talked about it. They've come full circle to the point where they can't do wrong. But are even these too far fetched out there, Genghis? What do you think?
I dig them, man. Like if you take a look at the original figures, they look pretty sweet because like it goes straight to the pure toy DNA. Like these are toys for kids, and the kids at heart, I would be digging the hell out of this. Now, I love Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future, and this is like the Joe version of that. So I'm like, yeah, if I get these classified, I would have them go up against Cosmic Legions. I'd have them go up against the NECA aliens and, all that stuff. Like do like Alien versus Predator, like the arcade. Like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. There's no wrong way to Joe. I mean that sincerely.
No, that's awesome for sure.
I love Battle Force 2000. When I was a kid living in Germany, and I think I was 8, we'd been there for 4 years. We made a trip back to the States, and I'd been saving all my money to go nuts at toy stores to bring back all the goodies. And that was the year Battle Force 2000. So I bought all the Battle Force 2000s, Power Master, Optimus Prime, all those. But like I specifically remember seeing the Battle Force 2000s in Children's Palace or Children's World and thinking that they were the baddest, coolest thing out there and like grabbing them. And if they did them in classified, they'd have to do the vehicles. Like that was the whole draw, the vehicles that become the base.
Right. Nailed that. But I just I don't know. I think it's one of those things where you drop the vehicles for these right away, it could backfire. So, it could maybe tease one of them and see what the reception is before you go too crazy with vehicles and all that stuff. So, Bobby, what do you think of Battle Force 2000? I think this is a topic worth talking about because of the origins of classified. Really, it kind of resembles the direction they were going. They took a U-turn, but now they're back.
Yeah, look, I have absolutely no idea what the hell these figures are, but that doesn't mean shit to me because I had like 2 G.I. Joes as a kid, and now look at me, slave to the classifieds. But look, if there's one group that we know could absolutely kill at this, it'd be Lenny and right. Tony and company. Like, let's be real here. They would take this and they could have a lot of fun with it and make it futuristic looking or make it very sci-fi looking and then just absolutely just murder and be like, well, I'm guessing I'm gonna get these now, like and like with that type of packaging, like with like the vibrant like blue and red, like look like that blue and purple, like look at this. It looks like so damn 80s and like early 90s. It's like this is absolutely ridiculous. Give them to me, give them right. Like it's just mind blowing that especially is that Maverick, the one in the middle, like
yeah.
He looks like he has a Super Nintendo like laser gun.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. Like the dude with like
a Nintendo outfit.
Right, exactly. like Dodger with like a bazooka, like just like a missile like hanging on the edge of like this like weird ass fucking looking gun
with a missile. Yeah, it's like
the
OG-12.
They look like a G.I. Joe coming home from a laser tag event. And like they look like the 10 and 12, like a 10 and 12-year-old birthday party, and just like flanking these like little kids and like like, oh, I'm done. Like, shut up, little Thaddeus, go sit down.
Like the best way to go about it, though. Like, would you want to have them to be all in one? Like, I'm sure they would never do like all 7 in one, but would you want like 2 separate 3-packs or 2 separate 4-packs, or have them all at singles? Or because I know they would all peg one. I mean, some of them would peg one like crazy because no one knows who they are, or not a lot know who they are. But if you have like 4 of the main hitters like in one, and then the other three, or switch them around a bit just so you can get like 2 4-packs, I guess.
Or a Comic-Con 6-pack. They used to do that at Comic-Con all the time.
Look,
it's Comic-Con. Everybody will want it anyway, right? Because it's exclusive. It's Comic-Con.
I hate
Give me a QR code.
Shut up, Travis. God damn it.
Give me one of them QR codes. I'll give you $20 for it.
I hate multi-packs. But here's the thing. And Shark brings up a good point. And Travis does too. Like if you did like a 6-pack or 7-pack San Diego exclusive, blah, 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 everyone be like, boom, take my money, right? But would they peg one because no one knows who they are? Maybe, but they look so weird looking that I think they would sell because people are going, what the shit is this?
Yeah.
And especially now that we have this stupid window packaging again, like I hate it. You can see how it looks. You can see how it looks, and like, oh, that looks really badass. Yeah. Okay, like luckily, I found a Falcon, but the box had been open. So, let me see if this is like, a swap or if it's Falcon. And I'm like, oh no, this is just a hideous looking Falcon. I need to burn this.
Well, the upside to this is, say, like, if they make them, right, like you can just, and if you're a completist or whatever, you can finish all seven of them in one shot, right? And then you get them out of the way. Unless they make like brand new ones to add, that's whatever. But like at this case, we know that there's only like 7 of them. So once or 8, whatever. But if they make them, it's like you can just get all 8 in one shot and call it a day, and move on to like the next whatever sub team or whatever.
Right. Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking of is when the Dreadnoks, they didn't do the 3-pack for that. Like a lot of people talk about them. They're not giving us like whole teams, like Night Forces and all. But if Battle Force 2000 is probably something that Target doesn't want, Walmart doesn't want, even Pulse. Yeah. I just think it's got to be so niche that it's got to be like some kind of convention exclusive. But you do
Ross exclusive.
Yeah, because it's going to end up a Ross exclusive. It's not a Comic-Con exclusive. That's my point. Not that there isn't an audience for it, but I think it's it's one of those things. Yeah, and it's a Comic-Con exclusive, you can't get mad at it. It's Battle Force 2000. Like you really love that group. Try hard to get it, but it's like you don't really. It's not like putting Hawk or even Serpentor. Like those really hard figures.
People went crazy. A lot of people went pretty not crazy, but they wanted the Crimson 3-pack. So, I mean,
it kind of was on Pulse for a while though. It didn't sell it didn't sell out or anything.
But here's the thing though. Hasbro hates giving us full teams at once. They just do. Like they'll give you a member of a team, and then you have to wait, a decade to finish your team. So,
but the difference is waiting for like the OG 13, waiting for Tiger Force is good for the line because it expands the line. Where Battle Force, no one's waiting for, maybe besides a few select few when we got Shark here every once. But I'm saying like Maverick, like why is it? I'm gonna wait 3 years for Maverick. Like that's a group.
I can wait.
You just throw it out there.
There's
buy them all or you don't. You know what I mean?
They're playing it very smart because it's like I always say in some of my videos or live streams. I'm saying if they give us or the collectors who want all 13 right in the beginning, that basically eliminates a good population of half the Joe collectors right there because they just want to get those 13 and dip. But by actually spreading out the 13 into like 7-10 years, that's making them anticipated to wait for them, and then they'll be like, oh, while I wait for this guy, I'll just get a mole rat while I and then it just branches on to like more collecting for them.
Cool. Oh, hey, what's up, Ryan? Just want to give some shouts to people, so thanks for watching, appreciate that. We're gonna stick in that same era, and we're going to a next pick right here, and it's the Iron Grenadiers. We got Stronox Customs on the right. Tony, this was an honorable mention for you, and we'll be talking a lot more about Iron Grenadiers later. But for now, if you want to talk about this quick.
No, man, he's cool. I want my Iron. I want the Destro, and these guys backing him up, dude. They're one sub team that are awesome to me. Just the whole black and gold. That was that was my high school colors, and it's like they look dope on these guys, and it goes really nice with the weapon supplier Destro. They're freaking awesome. These guys are killer right here. It's like his own version of some Cobra Crimson Guardsman Elite, but for Destro. You know what I mean? So
yep. And I'll cut to Shark on this because I got a follow up question. But Shark, just an opinion on the Iron Grenadier Army Builder first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all in on this. This is fantastic because once they release that gold-headed Destro, it's all over.
Yep.
Right. Well, there you go. You answered my question. So the rumor is that may be some sort of exclusive to a convention, whether it's PulseCon or whatever, with a despoiler. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah. What do you know? Tell us. What do you know, man?
The amount of things that I know is out of control because it's either fake or real. So, I don't know. You put me in a tough spot, man.
Oh no, there's no reason. But you're excited for sure for a despoiler.
Yeah.
Do you think that despoiler? We talked about vehicles of death, so I don't want to do it again. But do you think that's kind of like more of an exclusive or a retail joint, or just do you have an opinion on the whole Destro despoiler thing?
The thing is, I feel like sometimes, not to be harsh, but like sometimes they don't know what figure should be an exclusive, right? Like I would never put Chuckles as an exclusive.
Yeah.
But if the Grenadiers is like something that, if it's like a selling point, then sure, I wouldn't mind having Destro or the vehicle be like a exclusive, but it really has to, they really have to hit the Grenadier, because Metalhead is going to be part of it too, in the sense of it's on the packaging too. So if those all sell out pretty well, then I'd say go for it because then it could sell good. But I don't know. It's just people have their own style of collecting, and sometimes people get really upset when an exclusive is something that they don't want.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the Destro with the gold head and the little spikes and the cape. Like, I mean, it's gonna look amazing.
It look badass.
Yeah. And it'll look plenty different from Pin Daddy, that's for sure. So,
all
right, we'll talk more about Iron Grenadiers later on. But Bobby, you were the only one who went crazy and gave us Raptor, but awesome choice because it's a pipeline, is an actual pipeline name only reveal.
Yeah.
And Emily's thrilled for this one. She loves the zaniness. But why are you excited for Raptor?
I mean, look, if G.I. Joe does anything perfect as taking characters that should be a laughing stock and make them look badass and serious. And I know, that the custom here is using the Archangel wings from Marvel Legends. But
Giles, right?
The Giles? Okay.
Yes, Giles.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It ain't me.
But we know that they're going to take a character that should be a joke and make him look awesome. We know that they're going to give. They know that they're going to get him. We know that they're going to give him an amazing bird, and what we've seen with Hasbro's Angel that's coming out, and what they're doing with Nemesis and Enforcer, like this figure. This figure is going to look absolutely bonkers and amazing, and yeah, this is gonna be and look, if you think it's a hard pass, then that's fine. But like Baldy said, he could be an updated Red Bull Extreme Sports. He's gonna be XXX, right? He's gonna be XXX, and he's gonna bring family together. And
this figure just screams out Zartan. I mean, Zartan body.
Yeah. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be weird.
That's what that is.
Like, look, here's the thing. With some of these figures, shit's about to get weird, and I'm all for it.
That's
go follow the Doctor's Customs at Yojo ARAAH.
Dr.
Real
Gifford.
American Hero. Yeah.
Doctor.
Would you prefer cloth wings like how the original one, or do you want like super articulated wings, kind of again?
That's
like
a damn good question. I don't know because at first I don't like this guy, but damn, with Hasbro and Classifieds doing them up and see what Giles did and some customizers did, they might make
crystal ball.
Yeah, crystal ball. Raptor. You know,
I'd be down if
at what point I put Crocmaster and Big Bola in these guys' class. I'm like, who the hell are these guys? But that's the zany part of Cobra.
Yep.
You know, so
yeah, I think that's a good point. We need probably an unmasked head because some
that would be
people
dope.
aren't
If
gonna
you have
like
a Michael Keaton action figure, you can make Birdman.
Yep.
There you go.
Awesome. Yeah, I think most of us are just gonna buy it anyway, right, Johnny Reno? Yeah, exactly.
So I can burn it in my backyard.
Burn it in his backyard. That's that's pretty expensive barbecue. All right, because it's a deluxe, right? So Target, a Target, it's gotta be a Target exclusive. KJ, this was an honorable mention. This was another one of my almost honorable mentions, man. But go ahead, take it away. Talk about Target.
Look, man, Target was one of my favorites back in the day. I think I still got my Target back on my dad's house. So I am chomping at the bit. Shout out to Stronux Customs. I don't know how much this went for on eBay, but it was worth every penny. I bet every penny. So yeah, we got to get this. I have this dude next to Middlehead. Look, man.
Yeah,
I would keep your phone on charge for all the photos you want to take, your DSLRs. Because it's going to be a fun time with this one. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, no, I just love the color aesthetic.
I got to show off this. Sorry, I got to show this one comment from Brian. Yeah, it has to be a Target exclusive.
It has to be, even though it's only got red boots and grenades and gloves. So I don't know if it's red enough for Target, but yeah. But then again, the Crimson strike team, it was Pulse, so maybe they're switching colors now. So anyway, yeah, that would be okay. Yeah, because it's blue, so with the gold, obviously. But yeah, I'm a sucker for this aesthetic. I wear blue and black all the time. Go blue, but and I love, the reds. Just it's an awesome one, and I think grouping it with Metalhead was a great call, just because of how just the versatility of these with the like different contraptions they have on the back and whatever. Like this one can have the full out wings. It can kind of go more vertical and everything. So yeah, real dope. This is definitely one they got. I mean, it's in that techno Viper kind of look, right? So it's kind of like sci-fi, but still like could be modern day sci-fi, but just crazy enough, but still realistic. So definitely, I'm sure they're licking their lips, licking their chops to make Target. So
see what Baldy said. See what Baldy said. Target needs to be a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We threw that one up.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Right. So actually, that is I can't believe it. That's the end of our honorable mentions. Wow. Okay. 2 hours into the show, and we're finally going to get to number 5.
Rocking and rolling.
We are rocking and rolling. Okay. Let me make sure I get this right here, so I'm not spoiling. Okay. Yeah, we do. All right, cool. All right, Shark, you had a tie, but this tie made more sense than any tie in the history of G.I. Joe ties. It's the two that tie together. Slice and Dice, Ninja Force. You had mentioned earlier Ninjas got you into G.I. Joe, so it's a perfect number 5 choice. I think most of us are excited for a little Ninja Force in our lives. But go ahead, Shark. What do you think?
The detail on these guys are going to look absolutely incredible. I mean, I know the belts are going to be movable. Just the color scheme on the red and then the purples contrasting, and then just like the mesh metal, hopefully, if they put it on Slice's face, and then just the intricate detail within Dice on his face, like maybe some scars and no pun intended, but
yeah.
I don't know. These guys are just, if you see like one of the images from the comics, like these guys just look so badass. It's out of control for me. I mean, obviously these, you can't really move their torso or anything because it has like that weird gimmick, but I just hope that what they do with these figures, that they don't really use muted colors. I think it would be really cool if they kind of pop out a bit more, but because I'm sadly disappointed with the nunchuck figure just because like the greens are just not too vibrant for me, but it's still awesome to have. But these guys, I hope I don't be disappointed.
Yeah. Just want to add that the picture we have on the left is the subscription service 3 from the club. So we're getting real deep into G.I. Joe figures there. Then we got some custom classified versions. It was an unknown customizer on Reddit. The poster deleted his name, Romo. So nothing I could do about there. If anyone knows who that is, you might be watching. It's that custom on the bottom left was really cool. Got a lot of comments, and then the commenter disappeared. But either way, Ninja Force. You know, we haven't heard from Spec yet. Thanks for joining us, Spec, from Hollywood Studios, or where were you? You were on set, on location. So
we're shooting at studios downtown.
No, okay, there you go. So I'm not going to listen to K Wish anymore because he'll just be off the rails. I should know better. But look, talk to us about Slice and Dice. What's your opinion on this Ninja Force?
I'd love to get them. I had both these figures as a kid, and like you said, they're peanut butter and jelly, Slice and Dice. You know, they're not super high on my priority list. Like when I was younger, and we all know, like the late 80s, early 90s, it was all about ninjas and American Ninja and whatever all those other like kind of B-rated, C-rated ninja movies are.
Oh yeah.
And they definitely don't hold up if you try and watch them today. You know, like that was a period of time, and that was an age, and my interest in ninjas isn't as deep as it once, you know, was. Like, yeah, they're still cool, but they kind of had their time. They kind of went. I'd be excited to get these. Like I got Nunchuck. I love them. You know, Snake Eye, Storm Shadow. When they're done right, they're great figures. Like I'm not abandoning the whole thing, but they're lower on my priority list.
Right, and I think someone brought up the point about the blue ninjas. So we have those. We have obviously
the red ninjas.
Red Ninjas, Pythona, not Pythona. Help me out here.
Viper.
So we have some reuse possibilities with different ninjas and stuff like that. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to say we'll be getting Ninja Force. Obviously, we got why is my Nutchuck? I'm losing my mind here. So yeah, so I think these are an exciting choice. I like them. Can't say no to ninjas, right? And
I think the selling point for these two will hopefully be so as long as they don't. So my gripe sometimes with classified weapons is even for like swords or daggers or whatever, is that, you know, they have all that one muted color, right? So if they can at least differentiate the handles from being black and then the actual sword blade being like silver, that would be great. But if they actually include like so many different like ninja aesthetic weapons, like I think that would be a really great selling point.
Yeah, I like Ninjetta though. That sounds better.
I like Ninjetta.
I know that actually sounded cool. That sounded like a cool term. I'm like, oh wait, you might want to copy that. Copyright that. Yeah, exactly.
The Volkswagen Ninjetta.
Exactly. So Bobby stepped out for a second, so we'll skip his 5 and come back to him. But KJ is back, so it's his turn, and he's got a big boy to talk about.
Yes. In fact, hold on a second. I gotta show some love to Ferry the Workaholic. So let me.
Oh yeah.
Let me right there. Yeah.
Damn.
That dude really goes in. But I think this is a really good entry point into Cobra Law, because if you're doing Lovecraftian, you know, subterranean horror figures, you know, you really want to make a big splash. And Nemesis Enforcer, Nemesis Immortal will definitely give you that. It'll be a very impressive, very imposing figure, probably like the best version you can do for Cobra Law. And then you end up with Pythona, and then the Cobra Law Guardsman, all that stuff. So I think this is a very strong way to have an entry point into that aesthetic and re-enveloping it into G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Just want to pull this up real quick because I think that one in the middle, that's also from the same customizer, and then Stronox on the right. I don't know what the left is, but the left is probably the modern version. That's what that is. Yeah. And then we have looks at the modern version on the right and the retro on the left. And so, and then the original looks. And so Spec, this was also your number 2 choice. We missed a lot of your top 5 because you were and a lot of your top 5 was honorable mentions, but maybe we could circle around back at the end. But for now, you got Nemesis on your list as well.
Yeah, big badass character. You know, when the movie came out, and he was like, you know, the breakout bad guy from the cartoon movie.
Damn
movie.
movie.
And I loved him as a kid. You know, my only complaint was that his wings were too damn small.
Yep.
But other than that, like, he was always fun to play with and pit against Sarge or Gung Ho or any of the bigger characters. And you know, he was just the badass. He was the I just forgot his name, but the equivalent to the Superman 2 General Zod's beefy sidekick that didn't say
Yeah.
a word.
Oh, non.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nod.
Non.
Nice.
Would you have been pissed if this guy was like the first Build-A-Figure for a Joe line?
Oh, that's a
I
great
wouldn't have. That'd
question.
have been cool. That would have been cool.
I think it would have been awesome. Actually.
That'd have been dope.
But actually, that kind
What
of
would the figures be that the pieces
right.
came
Well,
with?
that's the thing. Do we want, if we want Build-A-Figures in the line, do we want them themed? Right. So that's it's not that Marvel Legends always does it, but I think they do a pretty good job at, you know, with the Marvel Knights, and it's like, oh, you know, the Molecular Man, and it made sense. Some of the stuff doesn't. It just whatever they were gonna do, and some of it does. And you're always gonna throw in, you know, obviously you throw in movie and comic. But with Joe, how do you do the Build-A-Figure? You know, I'll go to you, KJ, and then we'll circle around the room as far as like themes and, you know, what's your opinion on, do we do the Build-A-Figure, and how do we do it? How does Hasbro do it?
I think it has to make sense. So for example, if we go back to Battle Force 2000, right? One thing that you could do is, instead of having build a figure, you could have build a set, right? So each Battle Force figure comes like with a piece, and you can break it up so that even a mini piece makes sense. So you just have like a little modular thing that comes with it. That's just one way. Another example is, let's say we do Iron Grenadiers, right? And if you really wanted to, let's say that, you know, let's say you had built a vehicle. I'm just spitballing out there.
Sure.
Right? So now you have the Iron Grenadiers, and you can do something like this, where you could build this. You get Destros the spoiler, and you could build the demon, right? And then you have like a sick vehicle that has with all that. But I don't know if the fan base will go with that or not. Right. But that's but a theme. You want to stick the theme if you're going to be doing build anything.
Yeah, basically. Right. For sure. Shark. What's your opinion on Build-A-Figures in general? And then for Joe itself, you brought it up, and then I think it'd be good for you to get your opinion out there.
I guess it really depends how many actual big characters we have in the Joe line, or even in G.I. Joe in general. And from memory, there's really not too many, because if it was Build-A-Figure, you would have, in my opinion, like Road Pig would be one, maybe Big Boa, but he's already normal, so that's fine. Serpentor, if it was ever re-released for some reason, if it's like a different color. But for at least this character right here, what I would have done is the only way I can see this character be released is for the 87 movie anniversary, right? So you have this Nemesis Enforcer as a Build-A-Figure, but in that wave you have Pythona, you have a Cobra La Guard, you have maybe Globulus would not be ideal because he's too big.
Right.
Maybe Jinx, a very awesome better version of Falcon. And then maybe do like Slaughters, like Taurus, Mercer, and Red, whatever his name is.
Yeah. And then we have good comments in the chat. Sorry, we just got so much going on, but a lot of them are saying about like Build-A-Figures for like that snake robot, that custom that I did a custom review of, and then that snake could be one, and then Build-A-Figure Globulus. We have good comments about that. And then I don't know, are we worried about adding to the price? Because sometimes it's crazy with Marvel, they'll keep it at $24.99 and do Build-A-Figure, and then sometimes it goes up. So are you worried about the pricing people out? People are already content with $24.99? Do you push that with a Build-A-Figure? Bobby, what do you think?
Oh, Bobby.
Go ahead, KJ.
No, Bobby. I want to hear from
you. I think I would push up to 30, which might push some people off the Joes. And you know, we're seeing that right now with Marvel Legends. The problem with Marvel Legends is the fact that they'll charge you $25 for the Build-A-Figure and then like a set of hands, but then they'll give you a figure in the line with no Build-A-Figure and still charge you the $25. So it's something that I mean, right? Like even in our chat, I said that I'm off McFarlane because now he's jumping up to $40 per figure. Done. And I think that if you're gonna start charging, 30, which that's pricey. If you're gonna do like,
I know
15 figures a year, 20 figures a year at $30, like, I don't know. I know you're getting an extra figure, but on that same note, you're getting an extra figure, but that figure doesn't come with anything then. So it is tough. I would rather
sometimes the Build-A-Figure accessories are also included with the figure, though.
Come with a Super Scrolls or whatever. I get that, but as much as I would love a Build-A-Figure with, I'm kind of with Baldy in this, in that don't give us a Build-A-Figure, give us a Build-A-Play set, and just
yeah.
And
hey, that was KJ's idea too.
Yeah.
First,
no, I know, but I just saw like Baldy's comment in this in this section, and like if you're gonna do a Build-A-Figure, like I love Build-A-Figures, but just give me a giant like $30, $40 figure, and then just leave it at that.
Yeah, then you're done. You're done with it. You don't have to.
I think we have Romo, I think we have the comment of the show right here. I need to build a relationship with my kids because I'm always out toy hunting.
I'll take her with me. I'll take my daughter with me. Nah, you're going with me, kid.
Battlefield.
Look at your makeup, girl, and I'll go to the toy aisle.
Oh, great.
Do you think that they would ever go the route of, giving us a Build-A-Figure, but then, once you build it, the character looks very unappealing and uninspiring because it's just like, they had to tone down its detail, but then have a re-release of that same exact figure, but have it be better detail, like how Thanos was. Or
I'd be done with it then. I'd be like, no more.
I do like what Ray and Ray kind of makes a point here. Build-A-Figure says you need that gimmick to sell figures you're not sure about. That kind of has been the point with Marvel Legends. They're not sure about a way, but they'll give you that Build-A-Figure that you know you want this.
Well, we had build
sell-through. It's a sell-through. You know what I mean? Like you have to buy them all. That's what they tell retailers. You're gonna love this Build-A-Figure. You're gonna love this SummerSlam set because in order to get the suited, the jeans British Bulldog, the collector has to buy them all. That's what they tell the retailer. So this is in order to get this figure, you have to make like an in-demand figure. Oh, go ahead, Shark.
What were you gonna say, KJ?
Well, hold on. I want to hear from Shark real quick.
Because I could be wrong, but I think they had Songbird in one of the waves with Thanos in it, and then they put like the most pivotal piece in her, and then they knew that she wasn't going to sell.
Yep. You have to buy her because we know you want that piece.
Yeah.
Right,
I have so many Build-A-Figures that aren't done because I don't want the figure.
You put the head sculpt with the character that is going to sell the leaks. There's a strategy and everything.
Yeah,
strategy, but
it's a business. So at the end of the day,
a long time ago, they had DVD battles, and those came with Build-A-Sets, basically. And if memory serves correctly, you could build the Mass Device and the Weather Dominator. So they've already done Build-A-Figures before, essentially. So they could do that again. And if it's what fans want, they'll buy the figs, they'll buy the sets, they'll buy the battle packs or whatever else, and they can bring it back. They've done it before. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's get back to our list. Spec, you get to talk about a top 5 at least. So, and it's Metalhead. It's one that I'm guessing we got to be getting pretty soon.
April.
Bobby thought he was getting it the other day. He was like, "Hey,
April?
Metalhead is." I was all excited. I was like, number 5 spec for what's that, Romo?
No, I was like, man, we gotta wait still for him. I mean, Mutton Junkyard here. Didn't he come out with Mutton Junkyard?
He did, but well, I'm saying Amazon. For me, it's April.
Yeah, I just
it'll get
canceled
moved
my
up.
Mutton Junkyard from
Junkyard is
Amazon because
April.
BBTS hooked it up.
It'll get pushed up. Spec Metalhead, go ahead.
First, I just want to say, after looking at all of our beautiful pictures in the sidebar, 3 of us are quite awesome and decided to wear orange today. So Shark and Bobby, nice. Metalhead,
Orange
he's one of those crazy. He's in that same group as like Raptor and all those. He's just a crazy design. Rockets on his legs, big rocket backpack. He was a really fun figure back in the day. They kind of dumbed him down in the cartoon a little bit. I can't remember. I think he was in the comic, but it's been a long time. But I love the Iron Grenadiers, and I can't wait for them. And I've already got a couple photo ideas for this guy. And
nice.
He just looks. I mean, look at him. He looks cool.
He's gonna be badass on the shelf, you know.
And here's the thing: we're kind of questioning Battle Force 2000, but then look at those accessories.
But look at him.
Or look at him. I mean, no, but look at, especially, well, if they were able to take those kind of characters, we don't need to circle back around to them, but kind of like classify it up. That's what it's all about, is classifying it up. This was a character, I think even Lenny said it in the fan stream. It's a character that, you know, it wasn't that hot, right? But we saw potential in what he has, and we classified him up. And here you go. It's a home run.
Got Bobby's head, but long hair.
Yeah, but yeah, certainly made my list because it's another awesome deluxe with the amount of accessories you get. I am always a big fan of the different looks. I don't think I'm going to buy 3 of these because of it. I'm good with my 1, but the playability, and that's something that KJ has taught me over the last few years getting to know him, is play with your toys. You hear that from a lot of people, but especially Black Genghis has always gotten us customizing and modernizing our figures and improving, but playing with them, because there's a lot of playability in this character. He's not someone that's going to just sit on your shelf. You got to mess around with this guy every now and then. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fun. That deserves a top 5 for me.
Yeah, totally agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's get to play with your toys. And number 4, Shark. Go ahead.
My favorite character, or at least one of them.
There we go. I want to make this guy.
Nice.
I mean, I think he was one of the first Cobras that I've got in my collection as a kid. So right off the bat, I read the bio of this guy when I was a kid, and he just was automatically mesmerizing. I love the scope, the weapons. I'm not a fan of the orange accessory, but just everything about him just screams out like it's gonna be like one of the best army builders. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, and I think he serves 2 purposes, Shark, because he's got the military look just with that green, but he's still got the tech look, obviously, with the face mask that we got in the.
He's already night forced out, green and black.
Yeah, exactly, night forced out. And he's got that crazy posture and everything. But yeah, if you look on the right, was that a custom? Let's see. That was Ray Murphy, baby.
Yeah, that's Ray's custom.
Murphy. Yeah, he did a great job. And if you get a figure just like that, we're in good hands. Oh, was that Romo?
He'll be on Terradrome soon.
Oh yeah, I think he's on. He's going to be on hopefully on the one at the end of the month, but if not later. Yeah. But Shark, yeah, I think, is that kind of combining multiple aesthetics important for you, or what's the main draw though? What was the main draw with Night Viper?
It's really his bio, actually.
Yeah, nice. His bio is dope.
He's just, I kind of don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember reading it and it was just really intimidating. Like, he's one of those guys where you, like, I think it says like he'll find you before you find him.
Says that's enough said right there. You got
it's just so intimidating. Like I couldn't go any further than that. Like he's just so badass.
Yeah, no, I thought this was a tremendous choice. When I saw this, I was like, "Yep, this is definitely worthy of a top 5." Before we move on to the next one, Guys, do we have any oh, I do want to add that sorry, I should have mentioned this. The Romo, your number 5 pick was Leatherneck, and you already talked about that, so that's why you didn't get a chance on this one. But and then it's funny because your number 4 pick was Retro Scarlet. So we're skipping you a little bit, but
that's good. Hey, I'm good with that.
But Night Viper, I mean, we'll keep you here then. We're Night Viper, and you mentioned a little bit, but is it like, are you gonna troop build this guy? You're definitely all in on Night Viper though.
Yeah, no, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe at least 2 or 3 of them. You know, it looks cool to make him. You know, now that I got an idea from Ray a long time ago, but because that's a Cobra Troop. That's part of a Cobra Trooper and a Viper on the right, and maybe some of oh no, I thought it was what's a water moccasin driver? Copperhead? No, I thought it was, but no, he made him.
It was Copperhead.
Yeah, but this that aesthetic with all the padding on, you know, the outside of his legs and everything, I was like, oh my god, how the hell am I gonna do that? But just let Ray do it. He'll show you how. He'll show you how. But yeah,
he did an
2
awesome
colors
job.
and the gold and the patch and the and like Shark was saying, I got his file card up right now on my phone, and dude, they're badass.
Yeah. Anyone else excited? I mean, we're all excited for every single figure, but anybody have a vested interest in Night Viper that wants to chime in? We already talked to Shark and Romo.
I always thought he was an awesome figure. The scope that like pegged onto his visor and the color scheme, like everybody else mentioned, he was just kind of this badass character to me. So I'd be stoked to get him.
Nice. KJ?
Team this dude up with Range Viper and just making sick Night Force battlefield diorama. Get some atmosphere aerosol. Let's go nuts. Let's do it.
Nice. Beautiful. Well said. All right. Next up, number 4, Bobby going airborne.
Yeah, it looks dope. It looks dope. I mean, that was literally just like my like decision. Is like, oh, it looks awesome. I've got Firefly, the Firefly coming in. It's gonna look great with it, and
definitely.
You know, it like how. I don't know what else to say, but like, yeah, like it's gonna be fun. Like, screw it, it's gonna be like, I like the colors I picked with them, the blue vest, you know, what is it? Is that gray or it's the gray tannish look? I mean, it looks great, and
it's like a khaki kind of color, or
yeah.
light tan or something. Yeah, for sure.
It looks great,
and I think he's gonna be Bobby. I think he's gonna be kind of like Grunt, where you saw these digital images and you're like, oh, he's cool, whatever, but then you get him in hand and he ends up on your list. You know, it's kind of one of those.
And honestly, like just like Grunt, you know, granted, I would love it if Target did the 12.99 mess up again. You could army build it.
Yep. And it's funny because we have people in the chat who are like, oh, I'm sick of things behind a paywall, but then you got people who are like, he should have came with a Dragonfly. So it's like,
imagine no way, no.
Working at Hasbro, and you see stuff like this because they interact with us, right? So you got people saying, don't lock it behind a paywall. Oh, this should have been with this, and it's like you can't.
We should have,
yeah. Well, here's the thing: you include the parachute, and he's a deluxe, so you can only. I think they talked about this at Comic-Con in the panel. Actually, Emily explained it how they have to select like 1 deluxe per quarter or per period. They have their selling periods. You can't make everyone a deluxe. Obviously, that wouldn't be smart. So pieces get cut out. You include, we talked about that. So
yeah,
I think that's
like
part of that.
Yeah, if they had given him a parachute, then that bumps it up price point and all that good shit. So cool. I think we can make our own parachutes. I mean, I can, but
yep, make me one.
Nice. All right, we got more. We'll talk more about Airborne later. But we got Night Viper, KJ, Night Creeper. Sorry, Night Creeper. We talked about Night Viper already. Now Night Viper to Night Creeper. Night creep.
Well, I'm creeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got
Yeah.
cat because my beeper let me know about
beeping.
these night creepers on the pipeline. No, man. Shout out to Yojo ARAH.
Yeah, Dr.
Giles
Gifford.
Gifford again. Yeah. I need him.
Killed it.
I need them. And like I know a lot of people were buying the Snake Eyes Origins basic fig versions of these and trying to bash them up with Marvel Legends to get more advanced articulation. But yeah, getting them in classified, they're going to be nice. I remember chasing down those damn red ninjas back in 2020, man. You almost couldn't get those for real. I think this is going to be that all over again, but I'm looking forward to it in my own sick way.
Yeah. Shark.
Yo.
Gotta hear from you. You picked Night Viper. How about Night Creeper? He's in the pipeline. We actually got a Snake Eyes movie kids toy version.
Right, and it didn't look bad at all, huh?
No, they looked pretty good. They just obviously didn't
That's
fit
a good
in.
one. That's a good one, Moody. Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that was
go
a
ahead.
pretty good interpretation of at least a slightly modern version of it. So I think if they kind of follow that same blueprint, this could still be a pretty good, because I love his accessories overall, but the color scheme of the maroonish purple, like I think it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. The colorway is
great. It's one of those figures where you can't praise it too much, but it's also, there's nothing to nitpick about it. It's just like a dope figure to have. I mean, again, ninja army builder, like can't really go wrong.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot to say except awesome. Give me now. And then number 4, Spec had Big Boa, and then number 4, I had 2. I told you I had 2. I had a tie eventually just to be that guy. Here's the deal. I picked Cobra Commander version 3, the armored version, from the Deep, not because of the Deep cartoon, because that cartoon sucked balls, but just one of my favorite figures as a kid, just because even though it went along with that bad cartoon, he was a badass character. You want to talk about, we talked about Metalhead, Battlefield, Battle Force 2000, all that. It fits right in that aesthetic, but you could throw this in your collection now and it's fine. It's just armored up. If you're okay with Iron Man, how can you not be bad? Or Iron Patriot. He's kind of like the Iron Patriot version, right? Norman Osborn taking over for the Iron Suit and kind of throwing the red, white, and blue on that. It's kind of got that aesthetic. I love it. I just think it's going to be just a super. I think everyone's asking about that other version. Probably never get them. I know Punk keeps reminding people it's not going to happen, but this has got to happen. And then I saw Shark's list and how crazy Shark's list was, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with the deep cut. I'm gonna go with the Scar Leader from G.I. Joe Extreme in 1995. I don't have any ties to that property at all. In 1995, I was not collecting G.I. Joes, but I love the look. And if we're getting crazy with our villains, we're getting crazy with our looks, and just looking at the Iron Claw right now, the Claw, I mean, he kind of fits in with where they're going. Again, another one that could fit in with your Iron Grenadiers. I mean, we talked about Venomous Maximus earlier. There's a lot of possibilities for a guy like the Scar Leader. And here's the thing, right? They've given us characters like what was we got Shadow Tracker. So they're starting to the Wolf Spider. They're starting to get giving us some more modern Shooter. So they're giving us more modern characters. So why not one from 95? It's not super modern, but it's not all the way back in 80s. Like throw us a curveball every now and then, throw us a Bomb Strike, throw us a Claw, throw us stuff from G.I. Joe Extreme and in the modern era, and kind of keep us on our toes. And as long as they classify these things up, they're going to be super dope. Before we move on, Shark, do you have any quick thoughts on any of these two?
I mean, armored Cobra Commander or Battle Armor, whatever, like that dude's going to be probably one of the most best-selling pivotal figures for us, for sure.
Yep.
There's not one video that I make where someone doesn't reference this Cobra Commander. I mean, of course, everybody wants the hood, but that's a different story. But at least with this one, like it's the design of it is just so amazing, and the color scheme is just so awesome. My only wish would be I hope they utilize the silver very properly, because I know they usually use more grays than silver.
Yeah, right.
I just don't want it to be like a letdown. But overall, that Cobra Commander is going to be probably one of the top 5 for sure in general as a like a whole. As for Claw, I guess, or that's his name, right?
Yeah, Iron Claw. And then I
Claw.
like this comment here about getting the Fred head with the armored. So that way we know it's, obviously not the original.
Yeah. I think Claws, again, the thing is, like, they're going to make every single main character in G.I. Joe, that's for sure. But these deep cuts really just add more diversity to the line. So if they can, as long as they can utilize it very well in sense of great sculpting, great accessories, and, there's going to be a fan base for these types of obscure characters. So I would still be down for it.
Mm-hmm. A Chrome Pulse exclusive. People are already getting mad about exclusives. We better shut up, man. I'm seeing some of the comments and people are going pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think we said this on the show, but all right, you guys are getting crazy. Let's before you get into our top 3, Spec, you did pick at 4. You're here, but just very quickly, maybe in 30 seconds or less, because we already went on long about him. But Big Boa,
fun character. Love what they did with the design. Love the alternate head with the beat up face. Love the bloody knuckle bandages. Makes it more playable. Makes it more fun. Made me more excited for him.
Awesome. Wonderful. Very concise. Okay, cool. So getting into the next stage, that was our top 4 and 5. Now we're number 3. And we got the Jungle Viper Shark.
First, I want to give a big shout out if Mr. Sampson is still watching. He actually sent this as a gift for me, and I think it's one of the most such an intricate character to my collection. Just because, as a kid, I actually thought those leaves were actually like vulture wings, so I kind of utilized them as a different character. But again, like Night Viper, you can army build the hell out of these guys, throw them in a jungle, make them fight Night Force. I think he comes with a sniper or something like that, but I don't know. Just the fact that you can do camouflage with these characters. You just like the way they have the accessories that you can peg onto the back and forearms, and even that like the headpiece. Like Classified will definitely have to make this a deluxe one for sure.
Absolutely. And I want to step in and say, well, we've been getting the ghillie suit from a lot of people. And while it's different than this, because this is, this is a harder edge. It looks like more palm than kind of bush. But, the fact that they've got that ghillie war going on in the third-party accessories, Hasbro keeps their eye on everything. And I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing stuff like that in the characters in a Jungle Viper. I think that would fit the deal right there. You know what I mean?
I hope you guys do know that Hasbro does watch all our videos.
Like watch everything. I love Lenny. He'll be like, "Oh, I'd watch tonight, but I'm working." I'm like, "Okay, buddy, you keep telling me that." He just means that he's not going to leave any comments or anything like that. But
I know some employee, or even if it's Lenny, they're all watching it in the background and they're keeping notes.
But that's what I would do. It's smart. No, those guys rock and roll, man. I love hanging out with them in person. But look, redo this with a proper ghillie suit so it doesn't look like stick wings and you got a hot figure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like damn Christmas tree.
Yeah. It is awesome. So if you look on the right, it's like without
I'm looking at his
sticking out
body and his plate carrier and his green and black. There you go again.
Yep.
KJ, you love stuff like this, man. Talk to me about
Jungle Viper. Man, I'm thinking about like a squad of Jungle Vipers just being a distraction for Shadowjacker waiting in the background to strike once the Joes think they're safe. It's like there's a lot that you can do with this stuff. But even with the palm tree wings, or swapping it out for a ghillie suit. Especially you have like outdoors. There's a lot of outdoors Joe photographers. They would go nuts with something like this.
Awesome. That comment was really funny. Jenny, look out for Jenny Tanzika. Like some of our ideas. All right, awesome. Let's move on to another number 3. And we got 2 people here who like this one, and you could see I kind of hid Tony. See how I did Tony's figs?
That was crazy. I just think you did it on where their logo is, and you made it intricate like Genghis logo. That's crazy.
I have a lot of time on my hands. What can I say?
Yeah, you do.
I know I was actually sick with the flu or COVID. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, I was sick in bed. So I had a lot of time to mess around with this.
You weren't acting.
You are my real American hero, Tony. So go ahead, cowboy. Talk about Alpine and the pretty decent customs there.
Extremely decent. It's just, you know,
they're okay. They're all right.
He's all right.
Yeah,
you know,
fine.
No, man, I think we should have had him already. You know, I think. Well, you know, I wanted him and Hit and Run. You know what I mean? I want both the Mountaineer guys, and you know, I've since, you know, put another head on this guy. He's got Stalker's old looking head. He still looks okay, but you know, you put that together with a gridiron's loadout for Alpine, and he came out really good. And like we need him right by Bazooka. You know, we got his buddy twice already. You know what I mean? So we need Alpine. They did say we're getting him, so let's have him, man. This is my placeholder, so it's gonna be. I'm trying to be modest here, but I hope, you know, it's gonna be hard to beat this. So,
yeah,
but we'll see. Yeah, he do. Alpine's awesome, dude. Loved his weapon, loved his gear. It's another fun toy. When I was little, I had him climbing everything, and
yeah,
he's a badass character.
Mm-hmm. All right, KJ, it's Alpine time, man. Go ahead. You had him at number 3 as well. Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
I just gotta show some love to once again Gridiron, and I know Tony, you made that Gridiron set sing.
Thank you, bro.
I cannot wait to get my hands on Alpine. A long time ago, I got started on an Alpine, but I think at this point now I'm just gonna wait until it shows up. So yeah, I think it's time. It's a key figure. And yeah, we should have gotten it a lot sooner, but I'm glad we're getting it now. And I can't wait to have them side by side with Bazooka and Quick Kick, just like Tony said. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Alpine definitely is in our hearts and minds, and definitely belongs in everyone's top 5. So we're real excited for that. Next up is, let's see, number 3, Bobby. Take it away, man. Quick Kick. We're actually getting this guy for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's dope as shit. Like, look, I didn't get. I know a lot of people use the 616 Marvel Legends Shang-Chi as their Quick Kick. I never found him, so I was never able to get that one. I love the martial arts figures, and this one looks amazing. It looks great. And it does lend itself to, you know, him fighting Daredevil on a rooftop for, you know, whatever reason I want to have it for. It's great though. Like, and I can't wait. Look, like, everything about it is fantastic. The weapons, the backpack, the candy bar. Yeah. Give me a Quick Kick. It looks just, and on his, like, the bottom of his feet are dirty. Like that's amazing. Like, little. it's like I said, it's the little things. It's the attention to detail that always makes, you know, classifieds just a little bit better than the other brands. Just a bit. It's that attention to detail.
I just wish he had come with a screaming head, just like the artwork. That'd have been dope. Yeah.
So
if anyone needed a screaming head, it's Quick Kick.
So reverse up month. Everyone's like, we need a simple head, and including me and Bobby. And we're like, we need a more subtle head for Mutt as well as a screaming head. And here he's got 2 subtle faces.
A screaming head.
Yeah. Maybe we didn't. Yeah, because the 2 faces. What I know, like, they talk about one's like for the chewing, and one's for like peace and everything. But yeah, we kind of needed that third one, right?
I feel like the face would come with a retro version if they make it.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
I hope so. They will.
Yeah. Yep. Just why I like Chaz earlier said Big Boa that we'd get the boxing bag, the punching bag with the retro Big Boa. So maybe it's one of those things when we don't get something, they listen and we get it in retro. We're certainly getting that with Duke and Scarlet. So that's for sure. Something to keep an eye out. If you don't get what you want right away, you might get it in the carded version. That's number 3, and it's my turn. So this is my all-time. I know I say this about every single GI Joe ever, but this is my all-time favorite GI Joe figure as a kid was V2 Storm Shadow.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, the compound bow, the confetti camo. You didn't
I think this is the definitive Storm Shadow for me for sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of Storm Shadows right now, but this is the definitive one we need. We have a lot of Snake Eyes, so we need give us more Storm Shadows.
This is the definitive extra.
Yeah, extra. Nah, this was. I just love this one, man. I know he's got like the Dudley Boys thing going on, but no, I dig it, man. It's just an awesome figure that we need, and it's like, we already have enough, but this one definitely comes up different. And then you got Stronox on the left, and he kind of got the he's got Nunchuck's claws, the Wolverine claws. So that's a really cool addition and look there. So really, do we have any V2 Storm Shadow fans in the house? I know we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Ninja Force.
Yep.
No, he's awesome. This is awesome, Storm Shadow.
Yeah, and he was a Joe here. A Joe.
He was a Joe here.
So
one of the good guys.
Not a Cobra. Yeah, the Arctic Storm Shadow came with a Cobra box, but if they went by the lore, he was a Joe there as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, exactly.
Yeah, so give us the Joe version of Storm Shadow, but he'll still have that same angry mug. Doesn't mean he's any nicer of a guy. It's just got different values and beliefs this time. But yeah, I'm real excited for V2. All right, that was our top.
This is the resurrected.
Random question. I don't know if do you guys have any issues with their camos not being as apparent as the vintage versions, or are you all just okay with it?
Man, I'm fine.
I'm all right.
All right, then I guess that's just me then.
This one kind of has the whole shockwave treatment, so I mean, as long as we get something similar, I wouldn't be mad. But if they kind of took some liberties with it, it is my all-time favorite, so I'd want it to be faithful. And I don't think it would get a retro card. I think that's kind of more for V1, but yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with them classifying things up, if you will.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs the card art camo right there. It's a lot of gray hard stripes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this would get a retro card. I mean, we've only been seeing V1 so far, but I think it's going to lend itself to just iconic characters in general down the line, depending how deep into this they go. And this was definitely an iconic character. This was whenever this wave came out, I just remember this was the one that we would go to the store and we were digging through the figures and we were trying to find this guy. And it was not, not only was it another Storm Shadow, and it was V2 Storm Shadow. So it's the first Storm Shadow we got in years. So a lot of us never had the OG Storm Shadow. I didn't. Whereas, we'd had a couple Snake Eyes. So everybody was excited to get this. It was, as you said, like he was a Joe now. And so it was just like, oh my God, now he's a good guy. And like, he's got the tattoo. And so like, this is an iconic character. And I think it's just as an iconic of a look as his V1 version.
We also had you picking Techno Viper spec. We missed you. All of us pretty much had it. A lot of us had it as an honorable mention. But you had it at number 3. Do you want to talk about that really quick?
Yeah, I mean, my list was all derived from characters that were either name dropped or shown. So I didn't go off the deep dive of like.
But that's what's good, because we get to talk about both wish lists. I think what KJ has, like, how should we do this? He's like, nothing's off the table, baby. Wish list, repaint. It's pipeline, it's pre-ordered. I was like, cool, I'll try to do a mix of both. And some people picked all wish lists, some people said all pre-order. We got a beautiful mix tonight. So go ahead, Techno.
I love it because people are doing picks that I wasn't even thinking about. But
right, same.
He's a great character, right? He's black and purple is my color scheme. I've had a muscle car that I decked out in those colors, and I always thought that he was a really cool character as a kid, and I think the updated version looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get him. I can't wait to get the black and red version with the MMS. Like, bring it.
Yep, bring them all. So if you're just joining us late, we're doing our most anticipated Joes, classified Joes of 2024. We've gone through our honorable mentions. We talked about vehicles. We're down to our top picks, and after that, will be a free for all. We'll talk about some random stuff, and then we'll let Shark go. He's on vacation with family. Thank you again so much for making time out of your vacation with family to join us. You're not in your normal studio, like you said. You don't have the figures behind you, but it means a lot to hang out with us for 2.5, probably going to be 3+ hours tonight. So it really means a lot, man.
I mean, most likely I'll probably dip right after the number one, but I mean, you guys can, of course, carry on. But before you go on to the other two, I just want to say thank you guys for always supporting my work too. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Absolutely, and we'll continue. And if you're watching the show first time, whatever, like the show, please. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe as well if you're digging what we're doing. We got a lot of cool content coming this year. We got a custom-based Joe show called Welcome to the Terradrome. It is amazing. We always have amazing customizers on it. We always do annual Joe shows on there that are a lot of fun, celebrating different events, whether it's Joe Fest or whatever. So a lot of fan stream coverage. We cover all brands. G.I. Joe is our wheelhouse though, but we cover everything from Mythic Legions to Bandai to other Hasbro Mattel stuff. So definitely keep us locked. We got a lot of best ofs on our channel, a lot of top tens, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of reviews coming up too. Always hitting you guys with early classified Joe reviews as well, best we can. So definitely appreciate it. Like the channel, subscribe. We love you out there. Happy New Year. All right, number 2. Now we're going with Dial Tone. I saw some comments. Where's Dial Tone? I've been reading The Art of Collecting G.I. Joe by Carson Metaxas. Is an amazing
so great.
Check that out. Yeah, and Dial Tone is obviously an early figure in the line, so it was like, oh yeah, they haven't done him yet. So it was really cool to see that, and want to give a shout out to Stalker himself. He goes by the name Lonzo Wilkinson on Facebook. You guys familiar with him? He did the custom for this one. He's in the group.
Yeah, that dude gets down.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah. He's a great customizer and did a great Dial Tone. But Shark, this was an awesome pick.
You'd find it interesting that one scene in the '87 movie of Dial Tone and Mainframe talking to each other while doing the mass device, or no, sorry, what was it called? The BET transmitter.
BET, yeah.
Yeah, that.
I think it was that one.
Yeah, that scene was basically my like. That's what made me love Dial Tone. I know it sounds really weird, but that was the breaking point for me. So just the fact that if they ever make this figure, you have the removable straps, the holsters, the hat, and just all his gadgets and tech and stuff. One of the things I really do hope they wish to do is that all the communicators or communication devices that he has, I just hope it's like really nicely well detailed and stuff. Because when it comes to like the technology aspect of G.I. Joe with these types of characters, I always look forward to detail. Because I'm really focused on aesthetic of figures because it's kind of like my artist nature. But I love picking out certain minor details more than the act. Like character names are always cool because I know they'll make them, but I always try to be a little more, observant of how they're utilizing certain aesthetic on things, how to update it and whatnot. So hopefully he comes with a really cool mustache.
Yep. Absolutely. No, this was a tremendous choice. Bobby, Dial Tone. What's up? You know this guy?
I don't, but he looks awesome. And once again, like I've said, like it doesn't matter, whether I know him or not. Lenny and Tony and company will make a badass classified that I'll be like, well, gonna pre-order, and then they'll get here.
That's the thing. You don't even have to have ties to a lot of their work because it looks so good. And if you have ties to it, it means even more. You buy 2.
I mean, I'd say like 80% of my Joes, I was like, don't know who they are. But guess what? I got them. Why? Because it looks great. And they do a good
line. Yep.
And like, I don't care about the Dreadnoks. Guess what? I got them. Why? Because they look dope and amazing.
Yep. No, that's awesome.
I'm on the same boat you are. I was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna wait out on the dreadnoughts, and then I ended up seeing them on the pegs. So I'm like, what the hell? And I just bought them.
That's right. How dare the both of you? You better buy them.
We got a great question. We'll talk about the female doc in a little later on, but right now, female dial tone. We have any fans? I'm not super familiar with the female dial tone.
Yeah, Resolute.
She's in Resolute. Yeah,
Resolute.
Okay, well there you go. So we have fans. So what you guys fans of dial tone? Who's a spec? You this on your radar?
I haven't watched Resolute in a while. It was a great series.
Well, just any dial tone. Yeah, I mean,
this
one. Yeah,
I mean, I don't care if they gender swap. Like, I'll take a female dial tone. I know they'll do a great job with it. But OG dial tone, he's a great figure. Great figure, cool little backpack. The gun. Everybody, when he came out, they wanted the gun. Like, he had one of the better rifles in his day.
Yeah. It actually looks like fireflies. Kind of in a way that they, especially actually, to be honest, it looks like Gridiron's version because I just messed around with the Firefly and gave him the Gridiron loadout, and I'm looking at the gun, and it's pretty similar. It's like an MP with the suppressor there, so pretty cool. Nice. All right, dial tone was a great choice. We also had Dreadnought Torch. How did we miss that? I don't know how we missed that. Dreadnought Torch. Did we not even go over him?
Nope.
I guess I messed up.
Too many Joes, man. Too many Joes.
You messed up my torch.
Did we mess? Hold on, that I might have.
I thought you meant like the Ice Cube movie Torque, right?
Oh no, hold on.
No, I'm KJ, you're crazy.
I thought we had Torch. What the hell happened here? I don't know. I guess I missed it.
Did I pick Torch as number 2?
Right, but I guess maybe somebody else picked him, and I already went through.
You motherfucker, you.
Yeah. Now we can swear, right?
Let me find.
Actually, no. You know what? I think I do got him, and we just somehow skipped his.
I pulled up his torch.
Blasphemous.
I was like, oh no, never mind. Somehow I missed it way back. He was here. I don't know what happened, but he was here number 5.
Because Bobby had him 5, I had him 2. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. But this is perfect because we got him now for Tony's Figs. So we got the modern version, the 25th anniversary on the right, and then the OG Dreadnought Torch, and then a little person did his little exclusive there, a little custom.
Why gotta be a little person?
I'm just kidding. Romo's
special guest. I'm a little person. God damn.
Yeah. I will if I don't pick on you. Who else will? So, but go ahead. I'll let you talk about him, and then Bobby will chime in since he had him in his top 5 as well. I apologize. I don't know how this slide evaded me, but go ahead. Torch.
You torched me. No. Yeah, man. He's one of the main 3. Winking, blinking, and nod, man. Gotta have Torch. He'll complete my freaking dreadnoughts. I had made them way before Hasbro even touched them, and I was happy to have them as placeholders because I had the motorcycles already. And he's awesome. They're all just crazy freaking mercenary bikers destroying every damn thing. So I loved them in the comic. They were dumbasses in the cartoon, but I got a lot of love for Dreadnoughts. Shout out to Dreadnought Ryan. I love my Dreadnoughts. I had to make this guy twice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, the one I just can't talk enough about him because we're almost there. One more for the 3 main Dreadnoughts.
Yes.
And I'm good. So
yeah.
And then Gridiron's made a badass loadout for him too. They might make another one, but they already have a really good blowtorch backpack with a fire effect too. That would look great on this guy. So yeah, need to have Torch for those main core members of the Dreadnoughts.
Awesome. Bobby, real quick about Torch.
I mean, look, Buzzer and Ripper, like I said, I didn't care about the Dreadnoughts, and then I get Buzzer and Ripper. I'm like, holy shit. these are amazing. And then, you know, looking at Tony's custom, like, and the flamethrower, I'm like, yeah, I'll be getting this one. That's just amazing. It's just like, and like I said, like, and again, I'm a broken record, you know, but Tony and Lenny and company will make this look absolutely dope as shit.
Yep, for sure. And to answer the figure 6-pack question, no, it's just because I messed up and forgot to put Torch. But I have Genghis and I both had the same number 2 pick, which saves time. Some of these guys are getting tired.
Yeah.
So we probably rock and roll through this a little quicker than we need to. But look, we love it, right? KJ?
Yeah, dude, this is special for me because this is like one of my first kit bashes. Let me go ahead and show this off a little bit. Like, I took that Lady Bullseye. I added the Netflix Elektra sculpt. That same actress, Elodie Young, had played Jinx in G.I. Joe Retaliation, so it was all right there. You know, like, just a lot of fun. And like that was like when I was really started very early Wave 1 classified stuff. I grabbed like a quad ATV to go along with it. Just a lot of fun. It's great stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
Sorry, we got dog watching over here and going crazy, of course. So we're all going crazy. Number 2, Jinx. Number 2. Obviously, want to give a shout out to Legendary Customs who did this one up, and pretty cool looking Jinx there. But the thing about this is, again, I'm a broken record when it comes to what I like about figures, and it's the playability where you get the different looks. So if you give us 2 to 3 different looks in the package for 25 beans, man, I'm thrilled. I don't need to wait for Ross if you're giving me 2 or 3 looks, and Jinx already has multiple looks, so let's just get them all right away. And if we don't, we know what's going to happen. There's a retro card option, so that's not a bad idea either if they want to classify her up. That's the thing. I don't think they can do any wrong with Jinx because they can classify her up, and then we go, okay, they'll be the people that just want the OG. Well, we'll get it as you see presented on the left, and I'm certainly cool with that because, yeah, she could go barefoot, small shoes, tall boots. It's just all kind of different ways, as you can see how drastically different that look is, but you know, the blindfold look and everything. So many ways to go to Jinx. And here's the thing, I think the main thing for me is that there wasn't a whole lot of great female figures. When I did my top 10, I had to put one in the honorable mention, and I had QC issues with her. It was Helix, but I was like, this would have been a top 5, top 10, but I didn't really, other than a Baroness, which got some new molding in the Pulse Strike team, didn't really get a whole lot of great females. I mean, we got Shooter. Shooter was a very quality figure as well, but that was a Walmart exclusive. So I think we need a super female, and I think Jinx is so high on my list because I want one. I hope a year from now I'm like, Jinx is number 2 as in best classified. We need like a top female. We're getting that with Scarlet for sure, and Jinx joining her would definitely make up for kind of the lack of what we've gotten in this year. So that was our 2s. We had Bobby had Scarlet at number 2. We talked about Jinx.
Do you think they would ever do like a Jinx and a better looking Falcon 2-pack to celebrate the movie?
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea either.
That guy, he's a good head swap.
Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, then we had Spec already talked about Nemesis Immortal. That was his number 2 as well. So we're getting into the finale here. Number 1, Shark. We got a good one, Mainframe.
You know, I kind of regret not putting another character on there, but I don't know if anyone else has the other name, so I probably won't say it.
What do you mean?
I mean, I just thought of another character right now that I didn't include in any of these lists.
Well, do you want to save that for after you present Mainframe?
I guess, but I don't know if someone else already is going to use that name too, so I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's if someone else does, then you can jump in. So let's talk about Mainframe right now, and we'll circle back with you about the other one.
Yeah, so Mainframe kind of goes hand in hand for me with Dial Tone and the other character that I'm going to mention later, but you know, this computer gadget thing that he's holding, the straps, like the gray tones, and basically everything that he comes with is probably one of my top 3 favorite characters of all time. I mean, he had a really awesome storyline with Zarana in the cartoon, and so and plus he had like a comedy like buddy with Beachhead in the cartoon as well. So he kind of has like its own character development, which I really do like. But as a action figure form, just like I can just imagine Lenny kind of giving him some cool haircut, really cool weapons to kind of just go with this guy. But overall, it's mostly just a technology aspect because I'm kind of a nerd too myself, so it kind of goes.
I'm seeing a theme in your choices, but I love it. A lot of like future stuff, a lot of tech, a lot of cloaking, a lot of stuff in the shadows, some little bit of touch of zaniness. No, I think you have an awesome thematic. Like no one can put a theme to what I chose, but for you, it's like you have a cool theme running through your whole choices. It's really cool.
Thanks, man. I mean, it's because I watched all these different movies where it's like when you have a group of these people coming in, you want to make sure like the military aspect of it is always awesome, but then there's always this futuristic sci-fi version of Joe's that kind of really makes it worthwhile for me because I was always with my figures as a kid, I was always using my imagination to kind of create my own storylines more than the actual what was happening in the comics and cartoons. So I kind of just paved my own storyline for these dudes. So kind of like what was it, like the movie The Thing or some other concept of it. So I just loved building my own universe with these guys.
Is a question probably for Romo real quick. Does that mainframe have a baseball helmet? Because
I made it from a third party helmet that has the nods, the night intensification, the night vision gear that goes in the front. I cut the bill and I pieced it for some other earpieces. So it looks like it always looked to me like he had a hitter's helmet, a baseball helmet anyway.
Yeah, that was a good call out there. Shark, what would you do to update that first Apple computer? You're a tech guy.
I already did it, Shark. Go ahead.
You know what? I probably wouldn't change it. I'll just say he's an old school kind of guy. He's pretty classy.
Right.
He keeps
it in the come with a pair of the new Apple goggles.
Here's a new one, Moody.
I mean, of course, you can add like tablets and stuff, but I think if you just incorporate some floppy disks, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm going to take this comment. I love Chaz, but it's an interesting one. As a trained psychologist, I feel Shark's picks deal with communication. He has some deep-seated issues with communicating. I don't know if it's like if he's here to help or I think he's here to help.
Chaz is not wrong whatsoever, man.
He likes you. Chaz likes you
on that one.
He's ready to go be with his people.
I think he's offering his services without a session fee right now, so that's pretty cool. What do we got here? You got the custom with you?
Yeah, I got the new. I updated him. Everyone's talking about his laptop and everything. There's his laptop on the backpack of Gridiron's mainframe loadout, and he's got the wrist monitor right there. It's got a Chris Vector, and that's my new updated mainframe from the picture you got.
Very sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And he's got the cap, and he's got the communicator there.
I'm happy you didn't put knee pads on him.
All right, he does not need those.
Robert Graves. Robert Graves is a man of many hats. That's for sure, including baseball helmet hats. So, that's the deal there. Great number one choice. Let's do the number ones, and then I'm definitely going to circle back with you, Shark, about that other pick if it doesn't happen or it happens before we let you go. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. So then we'll try to go through these. Oh, look at this. I actually forgot to bring up while you were talking. We had a mainframe name drop from the G.I. Joe. Remember the G.I. Joe actually when they cared on social media about the website and the social media, and they mentioned they name dropped mainframe during Cobra Island right here. So that was interesting. And here we are 4 years, almost 4 years, 3.5 years later. We haven't gotten a mainframe yet. Not even a name on review.
No, we still have PTSD from this shit though, man. Like
yes, we do.
This math is traumatizing.
So many memories. Like, oh no.
Right? Yeah, man.
Well,
damn it.
It brought us together. We did talk about Airborne earlier, but it is your number one choice, Tony's Figs. So go ahead.
You damn right, bro. Oh man, this is one of my favorite figures for back in the day. You got to have him in the Dragonfly with Wild Bill. You got to have him in the gunner's chair. You got to have him in the Tomahawk manning the gun with the lift ticket. He's awesome. I'm in love with Airborne. He's, my dad's a skydiver. And one thing I wanted to set the record straight with Punk with Toys. I know he's not here anymore. I haven't seen him in the chat, but this Franklin Talltree is a paratrooper. I don't know why he had a whole thing about him not being a paratrooper. His primary military specialty is airborne infantryman. What is that? Paratrooper, just like Ripcord. His secondary military specialty is a helicopter gunship gunner. They might have him listed as a helicopter assault trooper, but all that resume is sick with it. You know what I mean? He's badass. I don't care if he came with, he's got Fireflies or Beachhead's weapon there, right? Yeah, he's got Beachhead's weapon there. I don't care. I'm gonna hook him up when I get him. He looks really good. He's all set up to be winched up into that Dragonfly to sit with Wild Bill. They did a real good job. They got quad nods on his helmet. I mean, it did a real good job. The only thing they didn't do is give him a parachute.
Right.
I mean, I see him and Ripcord just hitting the silk and just going at it. And then with his goggles down, he's awesome. I always loved his light blue, plate carrier, flak jacket, whatever, and his tan look. The fact that he's a Navajo tribe member, he's awesome, dude. Just
he'll see through you 100 miles away.
He's got that 1,000 yards there too. So
yeah, definitely one of the best most underrated and one of the best color aesthetics that we're getting for sure. And again, it's one of those characters you kind of, unless you're in love with his lore like you are, Romo, you're kind of like, he's cool, whatever. But then you get him in hand, and he's gonna stand out for sure. It's another. I feel it's another grunt. As far as overwhelming us once we get it in hand. So that's your number one.
Telekinetic brother, right, in the cartoon?
Sorry, say it again, Shark.
He was the character with the telekinetic brother in the cartoon.
Yes, Shark. In the cartoon, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Cool. All right, that was your number one. Next one, Duke, Bobby.
Yes. I mean, look, like I said earlier, when you think G.I. Joe, the three figures that pop into your head it's Scarlet, Snake Eyes, and Duke. And Duke right now has an amazing comic book. It is a mini series. It's fantastic. But Duke symbolizes a real American hero. And this is the one that I know everyone wanted from day one. And yes, it took us 4 years to finally get to this one, but he looks great weapons, great everything about him. And I've got the 3 3/4 one packed away somewhere, but it looks great. And I cannot wait to get this figure. I really can.
No, it's awesome. It's essential. Obviously he's number one in the draft. He's whatever. He's the icon of Joe. I mean, you could argue that Snake Eyes is too, and Scarlet as well, but you got to get him right. And with a lot of people love the original one, and they think he's good. And I'm certainly in that team. I know KJ's in that team. I think we're all we think he was at least decent, right? At least decent, but But if he's number one, if he's your LeBron, your Jordan, whatever,
look at it this way,
Tom Brady, you got to get it right. You got to get 100% right, and that's what they're doing with it.
Right. Look at it this way, Duke. If you're comparing G.I. Joe to Marvel Legends, Snake Eyes is Wolverine, Scarlet's Jean Grey, Duke is Cyclops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. For X-Men, yeah, for sure. Or he's your Captain America. But either way, you got to get him 100% right. Yep. And if it takes you, and they're doing retro card figures of a lot of figures that are out, and they're barely changed. So they made several changes to Scarlet in this, and all for the better. So that's and then giving them the Sunbow rifles and everything is just tremendous. We've talked about this figure a lot, so we can move on. But great choice, number one. I mean, it's like picking Kobe Bryant, number one. So good choice there. And Doc, I told you we talk about Doc later in the show. Genghis, we got Boris Ping doing a 118 and Jason Clenendig Clendening. Sorry.
Jason
saying it
Clendening,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Clendening, yeah. Saying it on the left, yeah, and Boris Ping on the right, the 3 and 3. I thought it was a really great 118 looking custom there. And then you got a modern look at Doc in the middle. And then yeah, awesome Jason's awesome custom there. And then we had shown Dr. Giffords earlier, but take it away, man. Doc, I know I'm sure you have images of Doc that you want to show as well.
Yeah,
Of
this
yourself.
is really personal because this is like the first time I attempted a custom. Shout out to Gil Tucker. I loved what he did with Doc. You can sort of see behind the scenes like how I was nightmarishly kit bashing this, but then just kept working through it piece by piece until I ended up with this. My very first custom. I need to do another one of these before we get the classified Doc, but just was really proud how it turned out, and I can't wait to get the official classified version. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so I can't wait to get that Doc and put him with the other.
Do you want him as a single
classifieds.
release or like a deluxe? Because I feel like a stretcher would kind of,
It'll probably be a deluxe, just like Tripwire, just like Snow Job. If not, if they're able to give us all that at $24.99, that'd be even better. But no, it's either way. I'll take Doc any way I can get it.
No, it's a amazing choice. We had him. Some of us had him earlier as a honorable mention. I think you did Spec. I'm not sure, but if not, you want to jump in and talk about Doc?
I think I did. I think he was in my honorable 3. Classic G.I. Joe Medic. I think he stands up to.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think he stands up to. I'd rather have Doc over Lifeline, and I don't dislike Lifeline. I'd take a Lifeline, and then any other. I don't remember what other medics. I know there was at least one that came out after that.
Stretcher.
But like Doc's the classic, man. I love Doc. And not only like when we finally get Doc, we got to get a Saw Viper.
Yep, sure do.
Oh, good call. Yeah, no, this one's great. I mean, it's without, I think some of the comments or people are like, yeah, you should have, some of these are funny, but look, he should have been released. He should have been released years ago because he's Doc. But then I love this. So many Joes have died because Hasbro's too late to release a Doc. So.
Shout out. Oh, good.
No, he's the first casualty of the Saw Viper. Yep.
Yep. Right between the eyes.
Yep. Dirty rat. I'm gonna kill my medic. No, I need Doc and Lifeline. Hell yeah. It's my profession.
Yeah. And then we had a lot of comments. Earl, oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I'm just giving you a shout out for matching up my logo with the G.I. Joe stripes. It's like
that's dope. I like that. I like that move.
Thanks, man.
Well, when you're sick with whatever it was in bed, and you're just like, I'm gonna mess around with this.
That's right, Liquid.
But yeah, for sure, absolutely. We have some comments from Doc earlier. I saved them because that's what I do. Absolutely need a Doc, a Lifeline. Medics represent.
Yep.
Do we think we'll just say this now? Do we think we'll get October Guards figures this year? This year? No.
Nope.
I don't know about this year, but I wish.
I don't know that they'll touch that subject with current politics. Sorry, I don't think they'll touch them with current politics.
I'll have to make them. I'll have to make them.
Doc in his asbestos underwear. Good one there. So a lot of Doc comments from earlier. So I wanted to. What else we got? We haven't seen Doc yet. He's a want, but don't be shocked if we get his daughter. I mean, we're gonna get the original Doc first because I think that would cause somewhat of an uproar. I do like the 2-pack option, but I think getting OG Doc out of the way first, maybe even retro card, even though if you're gonna include a stretcher, you don't want to ruin the card, and the stretcher takes up a lot of room. So maybe not, but either way,
Gridiron stretcher.
Yeah, he's great. So a lot of great comments about Doc that we've gotten throughout the show. So yeah, and he obviously it fits with the Dragonfly.
Yeah, and they announced him. So yeah.
Yep. Ordered Gridiron Doc loadout before the figure. Yeah, there's a great loadout. The Doc custom. Yeah, a lot of great customs. I think that was the one you were talking about Giffords earlier. October Guard. And then some of these. Oh no, so I'm just looking at the comments. But all right, some of these other comments we'll bring up later. Let's get to another number one, and it's great. Okay, we talked about Iron Grenadiers earlier. You weren't here, and now you are. So go ahead, Spec.
Like it's been mentioned earlier, I love the Iron Grenadiers.
Yep.
It was a bit of a sea change for Joe's when these came out. You know, it was kind of ushering in the next era. It was post movie. It was like when the cartoon switched over to the, I don't remember what it was, from Sunbow to Deke, which was a bad choice. But the figures, the toys, the comic, and what they did with Destro splitting off from Cobra and going out on his own, and coming in with the Grenadiers and Darklon and Voltar. Like, I'm all for it, and I love the look of the Grenadier soldiers. So I'm totally stoked for this whole sub team, and I hope we get them all.
Nice. All right, awesome. We did talk about him, so we'll move on. And number one, Moody picks Hit and Run. Hit and Run. So man, that Jason did another custom. Jason Clenading, Jungle, the Hit and Run. He did a Hit and Run, a Jungle version on the right, and then a regular on the left. He knocked it out of the park with two amazing customs. Wanted to showcase that. I love how he has Dusty creeping in the background, like, oh, that guy just stole my girl. But yeah, I love this figure. Just man, was it always a Target exclusive? Was there another version that was a Target exclusive? Do you guys remember that?
Back in the day?
Yeah, there was a Target exclusive Hit and Run, and I think it was actually the old school one, but it could have been the one after. I'm not sure. Someone in the chat will know. But
I got
do
them
remember
in Germany, so
yeah, okay.
We didn't have Toys R Us over there.
Yeah, but getting a full camo face would be something new for, right? Something new for classified, getting the full camo face and then just the full camo getup. So this, I think they've got to be excluded. Yeah, it came with a parachute. That's what it was. The exclusive came with a parachute pack. Because I remember having this as a kid, and I didn't have Targets in Massachusetts back in the day. There was none in the 80s, so, or early 90s, I should say. But yeah, Hit and Run, just man, I'm dying for this one. Just looks awesome. And then the pot, I know, wasn't there a gridiron set? Isn't that it right there?
Yes. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Too.
So that's the thing. If it doesn't come out perfect, you can hook it up with this gridiron set too, and make them kind of like we were doing with our Firefly with the Ultimate Firefly. So I'm kind of excited to eventually soup him up no matter how they do it. But they've got to be thrilled, especially Tony with his paintwork. He's got to be thrilled not thrilled like there's a ton of work. It's going to take him a long time to do full camo throughout everything. He's got camo now. It's a lot of camo. I mean, they've done camo characters, but you get the face and the helmet and but the accessories are awesome. I think he's unique enough, but he still has a military aesthetic. Totally could. I mean, he was classified in the 80s. I mean, as far as modern military, he doesn't look like they have to transform him too much. They can be faithful and they've got it, and then I'm interested if they do a rock and roll version and just kind of give him some, I love what Shark said. And they were they give him little things, whether it's a scar or an extra thing to give them an extra personality quirk or an extra physical trait to make them classified. Obviously with rock and roll, there was a lot of changes, but not so many that pissed everyone off. A lot of traditionalists still had him in the top 5 of the year. So I think Hit and Run's going to be a home run for sure. So it looks like we got some people that gotta go. We'll stick around for a few more. Some of us can stick around for a few more minutes and talk about figures that didn't make our top 5. But I got to circle back with Shark. Was any of those mentioned? You said you had a figure came up?
No, they were not mentioned. It wasn't mentioned.
Go ahead.
So I'm really aiming. I have this itch to have sci-fi come to classified. And that dude, with his lime green Skittle color, that dude is just, he needs, I don't know, man. I just love that character so much.
And here's the thing, he was in the video game that first kind of inspired this line, right? The Operation Blackout.
That's another thing, because the Operation Blackout does. So I use sci-fi in the Operation Blackout game, like as my main character. Like I played through him the whole game. But just even though we're never probably going to get that design at all anymore, which is very unfortunate for me, but just sci-fi in general, him, Dialtone, and Mainframe were always my three mains as a vintage collector. So
I loved all three of those dudes.
Yeah, so I think I mean, for those that know what sci-fi looks like in general, he just his whole aesthetic is freaking amazing.
RoboCop.
Yeah, literally. But that's pretty much it. Awesome. Yeah.
No, that's great. I think sci-fi was a great choice. It actually wasn't part of my pile of figures that I was gonna talk about later. So I'm glad you brought that one up. So awesome one. But before we go any further, some of us gotta go. I don't know who, but I know Shark has to go, right? Sure. So you wanna take off. But dude, thanks again. You spent over 3 hours of your vacation time not at home with us.
Yeah. Well, I want to give some last final remarks, if that's cool with all of you.
Yeah.
What was that? Go ahead.
First, I want to say, let's try to get this video to 100 likes while we're at it, because it will definitely help the channel in many, many ways. So if you guys are new and watching, make sure you subscribe and like to this video. 100 likes does help the channel grow a lot, so please do so. Second, thanks to all of you guys who are amazing people that I can connect with and talk action figures with, because I love the positive energy. I love us all being one unity as a G.I. Joe collector and brand. So it's great to actually have this common bond, because I know the world is crazy out there, so we can all come together and kind of escape from that reality and talk about action figures and stuff, because that's where we have therapeutic conversations about toys. So thank you guys so much for being awesome collectors and now new friends. So I appreciate that.
We appreciate you. And the crazy thing is, G.I. Joe is one of the earliest forms of pop culture to bring everyone together. People forget that. It's
man, I love the unity it brings to us. Yeah. So it's great.
Yep, absolutely. Dude, can't thank you enough. Actually got some stuff I want to show pertaining to, this was going to come later, but now it's going to come now. All right, cool. Here we go. TheArtistShArK on YouTube. Go check it out at TheArtistShArK. First of all, congratulations on 14K. That's an amazing.
Thank you.
That's like all my friends combined. No. Hey, awesome on that. Congratulations on that. And then also, people should give you a follow because you're also known as GI_SHARK. GI_SHARK, and let's get you to 2K on the Instagram. Go follow GI_SHARK right now. GI_SHARK. A tremendous guest, a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge. I like you bring a different, cool aesthetic to what the stuff that you like. It brings a cool aesthetic, is like themed and tech and stuff like that. But you still have figures from the early '80s. It's not like you've just you know what I mean. So it wasn't retreads or anything new. So you had a nice mix of old and new, and you had a lot of great points tonight. Awesome conversation, and want to thank you one last time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope I can join again in the future. I mean, I loved being here. It was absolutely amazing. So, and by the way, AJ, I love all your graphics that you do, man.
I do. I've been waiting all night to give you a shout out to your checklist. Yours is the only checklist I will put above my own. So
no, man, dude, mine is whack. I just throw them on a white background. At least yours is like a nice grid. So that's better, a lot better than mine.
I appreciate it.
Mine's just a lazy man's way of just throwing them all together.
Yeah, there was a lot of love for Shark tonight, so really appreciate that. Really appreciate a great group of great guys tonight. And I don't know who else. Oh, we'll say bye to you first. We'll say, but thanks. You
I'd love to have you guys all be on my channel too at one point.
Thanks for coming on, brother. Yeah,
that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. So enjoy
the rest of your vacation, man.
Awesome. Thank you. I will be back soon by next week, hopefully. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Sounds good, brother.
Thank you guys. Take care. Appreciate it.
All right. See you later. Bye. All right. And I think Spec and Bobby want to go good night. We're all going good night soon. I just got maybe another 10 minutes or so. And we'll throw your socials up on the channel at the end. But you guys want to sign off, right?
Yeah, if you don't, I'm
very
like,
late.
I'm fading, and I got to be back up again at 5:30.
So do I.
Nice.
It's midnight
Yeah,
here.
I gotta be up early myself, but we got a few more minutes left I want to cover, but we'll say good night to Spec and Bobby. Thanks again, man.
Peace
Night,
out.
guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Cool. All right, we're gonna fast draw right through this final portion of the show, and I think we already talked about this one, so that's good. We already talked about Destro and the spoiler, but do we have any quick comments about this before we move on to our next slide?
It's a great kit bash. If you have the Pimp Daddy Destro and the What If Red Skull and get yourself a Soft Goods Red Cape, and you're already there.
That looked good, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then there's rumors that this is a Comic-Con exclusive. I know Shark talked about that. Did you guys want to chime in on that?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, this was rumored to be the next exclusive. But we know we're getting these somehow. There was a strong leak that came out.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
It's a good parallel with Serpentor and Air Chariot.
So. No, that's a good call right there. Okay, cool. Next one was there was a couple here. And again, guys, if you're still hanging out and you haven't yet, get us to 100 likes. Please like the show before you sign off. Like our show. You spent 3 hours with us. Like it helps with all the crazy algorithm and all that. So thanks again to Shark for letting people know. But we've got the tools for Flash, and Road Pig has been mentioned a zillion times from Lenny on a lot of the fan streams. So I'm shocked. I'm not shocked that Flash didn't make it, but Flash is certainly one I can see getting in our hand, coming to our hands really quickly. But Road Pig is one that no one picked. I am shocked.
Really?
Romo, nobody picked Road Pig. What happened?
I don't know, man. Nobody picked Road Pig. I made him for a good placeholder with that Brock Lesnar, remember?
Yeah.
But I kind of, when I was younger, I just wanted all my regular size dreadnoughts. I didn't want this big dude. But he's a dreadnought, and he has a good background to be in with them, and I made him, and he's in there now. So hell yeah, dude, bring him on. And Flash, I made him too, and I really like him as a placeholder. So bring him on, dude. You know, original 13 right here, and one of the dreadnoughts. So
cool. Great. And then this was actually mentioned in the comments.
What? Hydro?
Right here. We had Woody. Hopefully you're still watching. It's very late, Woody.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully everyone has Hydro Viper as number one. He's your number one. So, and you're Woody 222. You're number one in our hearts, brother. But thanks for watching. Hope you loved
It's a hell of a custom.
Hydro Viper is a lot of fun, and that was a custom by David Warren Hernandez. The one show he doesn't watch,
DWH.
Tonight.
Yeah,
the one episode he misses. I'm sure he'll check out the replay. Good dude. DWH. Either way, I'm going to let him know we gave him a shout out and showed his custom on there. Great dude, great fan of the show, and we've had him on the show before actually. So Hydro Viper is a fun one, and this would have been a fun one to talk with Shark. It's a kind of one of those wacky, with that mask and everything. But yeah, I think with some of the picks we've had tonight, this one kind of fits right through. All right, and then next, I know KJ's a fan of the one on the left because I am too. It's one of those things where they backed away from classified, and then they said, then people are like, "Oh, come on, give it to us." Some of them, and then on the right, we have Mercer and we had talked about the comics. Cobra Commander #1 is coming out soon from Skybound. Mercer's in it. They have the classified looks. As you could tell, they're straight from the toys as far as the looks, and we haven't got a Mercer. So will it go the other way, guys? Are we gonna get, like, if we're seeing their look in the comic first and they're taken from Hasbro, is Hasbro gonna take from them? And I mean take is like a partnership. But what is still here?
I think the more synergy, the better.
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
That's good. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think, I think, and he's a big boy. So deluxe.
And Mercer's huge. Destro's right there. Mercer's like, I don't give a shit. He's freaking huge. Wow. That's that. It's exactly the weapon that Zorana came with. I'm like, wow, what artwork is this?
Yeah, and as we've seen some of the artwork we saw Stalker, we saw some of the other ones in there. They're straight up from the toy. So if you guys haven't checked out the comics, check them out. KJ, talk to me about the Storm Shadow really quick.
I love the concept art, and I had to get the Hiya Toys version. That was like definitely in my top 5 from last year. Just a dream come true having that. So getting it in 6-inch is a full circle moment, and I would just put this dude in all the things. Him taking out Cobras, taking out Joes, whatever. Him and Spirit facing off. There's no level of fun that I would have with this figure. It was limitless. No limit to the fun I would have, rather. So yeah, I gotta get this. So I'm still hoping they do it in all the Skybound stuff, whether they sort of cartoon it up a little bit or not. I love what they did with Transformers. Joe's, I think, is going to be a good artist collection for those as well.
You know what would be really cool and reminds me is I talked about V2 Storm Shadow, but different maybe events in the comic or different stories, they can come out with different duds. And then put a reason there. Like there's a reason like he went and got these tattoos because you could do that, or if you want to, or even without the tattoos, he could wear V2 just because whatever, he has to be in the woods. He can't wear like a full white, like he has to go urban camo for some reason. Like I'd like to see the different looks be portrayed in the comics, not just stick to just the OG classified or whatever, or the OG retro carded. I'd like to see them kind of change it up and have the liberty to do so if there's that synergy there. Why not, right? And then that's it, guys. I mean, let's see. We have a couple comments, couple starred comments I want to go over really quickly, and then we'll get out of here. Fast Draw, Backblast, Salvo, Heavy Duty. We haven't talked about those. Anybody want to just jump in? Go ahead, talk about it.
Star Brigade Heavy Duty. Just it would be hilarious. Is the exact same face sculpt as Cobra Island Roadblock. Just make it official.
Rome.
I remember Fast Draw. I think he was in. I just remember him from the comic that Todd McFarlane drew one of the comics back in the day, and it had Fast Draw and Chuckles, and they kidnapped Hawk or something like that. And then I liked him, and then I had him as a kid, but he was one of like the last ones I got. But I'm having a hard time remembering Backblast and Salvo. Just like when I was gone, man. But shoot, it's gonna be. They have a lot to draw from, man. They have a lot. They have a lot to go. So
Fast Draw.
Yeah, exactly. Even the ones we mentioned, give us a Daltone, give us a mainframe. There's these right here, and you go into Recoil and Pathfinder and all those too. I'm looking at those ones because, like me and you were talking, Moody, the ones that I'm making, they're Hasbro's making. So I'm trying. Well, what else can I do? That's why I went to the Vietnam ones to make. They ain't gonna make those yet, if they ever do. So then I like, wait a minute. Let me look at Recoil's background. Pathfinder, these are be badass customs to make. With in my mind, my aesthetic that I like to put in here. So, man, there's a lot to draw from. Man, it's gonna be badass.
Absolutely. On there, where can I find the custom Alpine? So that Romo, you did that. That was a gridiron kit with Stalker. You can find. We're gonna share everyone's social media in probably 2 minutes. So we'll show you the Instagrams, and you can go on Tony's page and check out his custom. And but do you want to talk about? Well, I'll show it. What do we got? 100 likes. 100 likes, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for rocking with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you're still with us, please like the show if you haven't, but and subscribe if you're new to the channel and you liked what we did. But do you want to kind of break down the Alpine really kind of quickly?
Yeah, the let's see, the Alpine. Oh, he's up here.
You got it in hand. Like we're spoiling you guys tonight.
I took ideas from some this is mostly me and some of Stronox. I got the arms idea from Stronox. So he's got a Star-Lord torso and some Cobra Troopers arms, and he's got I think Stalker's legs and boots, and he's got Gridiron's Alpine loadout, and that's all you need, you know. And they even redid his Beretta, but they used the Tech 9 instead. I'm sorry, it's a little blurry, but
yeah, cool.
You could make it out a little bit, yeah. So, and then the jacket, the torso and jacket vest is from Star-Lord Marvel Legends. So, yeah, dude, he's up there on Tony's_figs on Instagram.
That's what's up. Yep, and we'll show those social medias in a
Thank
sec.
you, Frank Roman.
We got that, and then we got aren't we getting a new Heart Wrencher? That was also my note as far as the figures, that because that was like a leak.
Yeah,
that was a leak, but then we obviously didn't get it in the name only reveal. So it could be one of those things where they're watching, they see leaks, and they're like, all right, let's wait till next time. Let's mess with them, and let's kind of let's change it up. It's name only. You can name anything, you know. It's if you don't have to show anything, it's name only. So maybe they held off on Heart Wrencher, but that's the mechanic will get in her. Other comment is as long as Jinx doesn't reuse the Akiko. No, that's been confirmed.
No. Right.
She will not use Vipra. The Vipra buck will be different for Jinx. They did confirm that. I don't know whether it was on a podcast or one of the fan streams. This has been mentioned a lot. Salvo is one of the more modern day characters, right?
Right.
All right.
I can't even remember what Salvo looks like. I keep thinking of
I think the issue is that helicopter assault is Army air assault, which is repelling from helos on a rope, whereas paratrooper is airborne as an out of place with a parachute. So
hey guys, real quick.
Oh
no, go ahead. Go.
No, airborne is an out of a place with a parachute. Yes, so he does. To me, he does all of that. And
not
it's G.I. Joe. It's G.I. Joe. Yeah, airborne.
Yep, so KJ.
Super quick. I think everyone's gonna like Salvo because dude comes with all of the things. So
okay. I know. Okay, I know. Yeah, he's got the writing on his t-shirt.
Yeah. So that's gonna be nice, actually. So yeah.
European Tiger Force hit and run. Nice. All right, we got a couple more comments here. Oh, this was funny, and it just came at a time where we're kind of talking to Shark here. Current day classified collectors. Cobra Island was 2 years ago. It's over. Cobra Island veterans. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Stallone is Rambo.
Very, very awesome comment. I know the whole chat was laughing on that, but we were kind of. Alpine is the one I'm looking forward to the most of the figs. Is a wee lad. Alpine, my second favorite Ryan Beachhead. We're also getting a Beachhead retro Beachhead, which I'm excited since I made my Beachhead like an underwater Beachhead, so he's really off the beach.
I really like my Beachhead custom. I'm like, I want to see what they're gonna do.
Not a single mention of Blowtorch. So that was another one. Flipping through the early pages of the omnibus, and I'm like, Blowtorch it's been around for a minute. They got to do it. I think I do have a prediction. Blowtorch goes up for pre-order this year. It hasn't been name only, but that's a prediction. He's been around too long. So
man, I want to do a custom of him, but that is so much yellow, and I can't stand
a lot of yellow and red. And then when they do release Doc, it'd be important to include alternate glove hands and the photo on the right. So from the customs that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And
gloved hands would be like latex blue for Medic. That would be awesome.
Did the Super 7 Ultimates Doc have that?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
The Genghis.
That's it, guys. We all got to go. It's been almost 3.5 hours. It's been a tremendous show.
82 people in the chat.
Yeah, pretty good. We had over 111 at one point. It didn't quite get to the last show, but I think overall we're going to get to that 2,000 again. Be the third stream we get for at least 2,000
super dope
views. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers. We're pretty close on that trail. But at Black Genghis on YouTube, and you want to talk about that really quick?
Yes, the YouTube channel has been interrupted by adulting hardcore.
Yeah,
but there's always
right.
I got mad love on Instagram still, and that's really where the
big time
the seat of power is for the Black Genghis brand. So be sure to check that out as well, and just stay tuned because there's a lot of fun stuff still planned.
Are we expecting any secret drops like Cobra Eel?
They're doing the retro.
Well, I think they meant, the Cobra Eel got dropped again, like like it was on Amazon.
Oh, yeah,
because we got some of our friends getting some. So I think expect the unexpected and follow a Toy Kind of Mood follow a Toy Kind of Mood on Instagram, because I'm always on it and I'm always posting the stuff. But there's also people like Paternia, Chaz the Guru, TheArtistShArK, right? Those are people you want to follow for quick news. People like that. And then, but do follow Black Genghis. I almost brought up the joke, Battle of the Checklist, but I was like, no, that's not.
It's all good. It's all good.
I would have done it had we had more. We literally got to know Shark right when the show started. He joined us right when the show actually showed up a little late. So I was like, nope, not going there. But now we could joke about it because we had a tremendous show and he's a tremendous friend.
And I want to say, we got to get Shark up to 2,000 on Instagram. I crossed 2,000 on Instagram over the holiday season. And I just want to say thank you for everybody for enjoying the content and the post and everything else. Me and Death Valley Machine pretty much crossed 2,000 at the same time. So that felt pretty cool. But just thank you all. Thank you all for showing so much great energy, enthusiasm, and passion for all the stuff we enjoyed as kids and really making this whole thing worthwhile. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. What really sucks is I didn't transform my personal account to this one, so we would have been over 2,000 a long time ago, because mine is over 2,000, not because I'm special. I just had a lot of friends on like Facebook and all that, and kind of all transferred over. In acting world, I got followers and stuff, but then we had to start from scratch, and it's hard to get followers on Instagram. So go check us out. But first, Romo, Tony's _figs. He showed you amazing customs all night, whether they were in hand or in the presentation, in the slides. Tony's _figs.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Then he left, but Dave Speck's got amazing photography. What I love about him is he collects all the lines. He literally buys everything. And I hope his wife don't hear that, but no, he buys a lot of stuff. He buys a lot of stuff on sale. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable. He dropped some awesome knowledge. I'm glad he got to show up and talk about his top 5. So shout out to Dave Speck, Toy Optics. And then you got a Toy Kind of Mood on YouTube. I'm sure you're subscribing already because we had a great show. So give us a like, give us a follow, set notifications, hit the bell, all the fun stuff. I got a top 10 out there and need some help. So go check it out. G.I. Joe and Star Wars and Marvel top 10s best of the year. They're pretty good videos, 10 to 15 minutes long. Hope you like them. Leave a comment. Tell me your top 10 figures of the year, whether it's Joe, Star Wars, or Marvel. I'd love to hear it. I always love interacting and talking with people. And go follow us on Instagram. We're far from 2K, but we'll get there certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Not this year, next year.
Quick shout out to you guys. Sorry to interrupt, Travis.
Thank you.
Quick shout out to both of you for inviting me on the Toy Kind of Mood. Now my Tony's Figs Instagram's past 1,400.
Yeah, man.
So
bravo.
Thanks to you guys for helping me out with that and putting me on here. And it's been a hell of a ride. It's been fun, and let's keep going.
Yeah, and then one last one before we kind of follow up on that. I just don't want to forget, add a Toy Kind of Mood on TikTok. Any of you cool kids out there following TikTok, Bobby handles all that, does an amazing job. We've got more followers on TikTok than we do on Instagram, and I run the Instagram, so he's doing something right. Go follow the TikTok. But dudes, it's been another tremendous show, 3.5 hours on Joe. Next week, we're doing the most anticipated action figures of the year. So no Joes. So you're probably gonna hate us already, but no, every other toy brand will be covered next week. Hasbro, Mattel, all the way to Mythic Legion, Beta Toys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I love toys in general as well as Joe's. So go join us next week, next Wednesday, 7:00. Most anticipated figures of the year, and then hopefully we'll get the Terradrome back on its wheels again at the end of the month. We did an awesome show last month with Gridiron, so Dudes, thanks for hanging out for another half an hour. Really appreciate you, Romo and KJ. And Happy New Year, and I bid you adieu as well. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Yo, Joe.
All right, for Travis Moody, to Toy Kind of Mood, episode 152. Yo, Joe. See you in the toy aisle. Peace.
Peace out.
Where's this thing?